Okay, and we are live once again. Sorry about that, guys. I think my internet just went out for a minute. So, what we were doing was getting into Ethan's reaction to finding out that he is the subject of Idubbbz, who is like a 7 million subscriber channel, a new video that Idubbbz made. And seems like a pretty good video. It has like 1 million views, which is pretty sweet. And what I was commenting about before I got cut off is I find it interesting that Ethan seems to be genuinely disturbed about being the target of a content cop video. A very big video that takes aim at him. And the point of me saying this is Ethan Klein is not used to being targeted by takedown videos like this, whereas when he released his nuke on Hasan didn't care because Hasan deals with that every single day of his streaming career. People are constantly making takedown videos on him. And so Hasan's reaction has been kind of inoculated to takedown videos, and also his audience has been inoculated to takedown videos. People have seen all of the talking points that Ethan included in his video over and over and over again by like the worst drama slop YouTubers on the entire internet. But Ethan Klein is not used to dealing with this shit, and so I think this is a genuine reaction of kind of a, oh no, Sam Cedar, what a nightmare moment that we're seeing from Ethan Klein. What, the content cop is about me? It can't be about me.
More bad news?
I do have some more bad
news. What happened? There's more bad news?
I do have some more bad news for you. Some breaking news. Your old friend Idubbbz just released a video.
Yeah.
It's about you.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Oh my God. That is the... No, it can't be.
Well.
It actually can't be. Holy fuck, dude.
It sure is.
Oh my God. Holy fuck.
And from,
like, this reaction seems pretty genuine to me.
Well, it's going to be a little spicy.
Let's watch it. I mean, so like the thing is like... This guy went from saying he didn't want to get involved to supporting people calling CPS, like associating with people calling CPS on my family.
So which is it? Is he supporting people calling CPS on you, or is he associating with people that called CPS on you? Like, once again, Ethan himself said the CPS agent that came to his house said the guy who called CPS was personally in Ethan's house and knew Ethan Klein personally. And now he's like blaming these YouTubers for getting CPS called on him. He's such a fucking fool.
An atmosphere where someone like Bad Empanada is being platformed by people like Matt Lieb and Denims, who are friends with.
It looks like they're both in.
The walls are closing in around me. Denims, Matt Lieb, Idubbbz, CPS, they're all coming to get me. All of these characters that are just doing a conspiracy out to get me. The small bean Ethan Klein.
The video.
Check the description.
Oh my God. Like what? Like,
oh, that's so funny. You can see the thumbnail of the podcast. I'm quitting YouTube. Bro, it's such like shameless clickbaiting. It's so shameless. And I'm sure if you'd press him on it, he's like, no, it's a joke. Like, it's such obvious clickbaiting that we're actually joking about clickbaiting. It's a meta commentary on the very practice of clickbaiting itself.
Video.
Check the description.
Oh my God. Like what? Like what? Why? What did I do to like fucking, like what kind of fucking, like bro, what kind of cowardly bullshit?
He's literally speechless. He's like, what? He's like, what? Like, he can't make a coherent thought. Holy shit, this reaction is actually fucking gold. Like, he's deeply hurt by this. Holy shit. And it is interesting because, like I said before, Ethan's not really used to well put together takedown videos on him. And so when you even get smaller YouTubers doing video takedowns on him, like Comrade Casey, like Mika's Rhetoric, or other like even TikTokers like Aubrey Smalls, or any of the other number of TikTokers that just kind of throw up their phones and say their thoughts into their phone, Ethan Klein will put them on blast because he's so not used to people criticizing him that even the smallest person with like 200 subscribers is going to get his attention if he feels like he can dunk on them. And so when like a YouTuber that he respects comes out, basically shits on him and puts a lot of effort into it, he's genuinely shocked. And I think he's like scared too.
Matt Lieb and Denhams, who are friends with.
It looks like they're both in the video.
Check the description.
Oh my God! Like what? Like what? Why? What did I do to like fucking like what kind of fucking like bro? What kind of cowardly bullshit is this? Like we have one disagreement where I get upset because you guys aren't defending me publicly after everything I've done to support you guys, and like you bring on people who are fucking Denhams and Frogan who did a fucking anti-Semitic tier list, and you're platforming them.
Oh my
and
God!
co-signing them.
Yeah, I
and
keep
by
saying
the way,
that, dude.
To even make it even more crazy, Lena's fighting in your fight, bro. Like what the fuck are you doing? I cannot. I actually.
Is it a content cop, Lena? Is it? Are you gonna fire Lena because she's like collaborating with this guy, Ethan? What's the implication there? None of your employees can interact with people that you're beefing with. Is that what you're saying? Oh, Lena's what are you doing? Lena's supposed to be in your fight. Okay, so let her stay in the fight. Let her do what she wants to do.
I can't believe that he did this. It's actually fucking unreal.
Pretty wild.
And it's just so pathetic too. Like talk about a bandwagon. Like bro, this is the edgy cool content you're trying to make a play to like fucking warm up to.
He's so mad.
By the way, Idubbbz, Lena's fucking having a panic attack because why would you do this and not even tell her? Like why would you invite someone?
What? Why would he need to tell her? Once again, I mean, unless Ethan thinks that for some reason he might fire her for like doing an event with this guy. Unless Ethan's implying that her job is in jeopardy, why would she be having a panic attack right now?
On the show and do this. It's just fucking mean-spirited. I can't. I'm genuinely in disbelief. I am genuinely in disbelief. And by the way, I know all the criticism that all these people level against me, and there's no shot that this video holds any fucking water. I'll watch the whole thing. I don't give a fuck. Oh, and great. You got psychology in Seattle. My 10 out of 10 perfect apology.
It could be in jeopardy, dude.
This is actually...
It could be in jeopardy.
This is actually fucking unbelievable. People were like, oh, he's doing a content cop. I was like, oh, okay. The best guess I heard was like, oh, maybe he's doing it on Kick. Maybe he's doing it on Kick.
They muted him? What is happening? They just put him on mute because he's like ranting or something?
Audio. I said the C word. Bro,
wait, if you just hit the audio, it's more confusing.
Well, I just...
Right. Whatever.
He said the C word?
Yeah, I guess that one doesn't work.
I wonder if he was referring to Denhams.
I said the C word, so I hit the audio. I can't believe how fucking insane this is. Holy shit, bro.
Bro, he's so
people
shook
who watch
by
the
it.
show know how much like I've stood up for him during that whole time when like the entire internet was accusing Anissa of being like some succubus, and the amount that we went to bat for him, stuck our necks out for him, promoted.
What? You defended the internet from accusing his wife or girlfriend or whoever she is of being like a mythical creature? Bro, like, once again, Ethan is an unreliable narrator, so I really can't take anything he says at face value. But, I mean, just because you were like saying that she's not a whore or whatever you were trying to say there by saying that she was a succubus, that doesn't excuse you from ever being the target of a critical video on you. I mean, dude, you're acting like a complete freak. Like, he's just acting like a freak. Like, suing Redditors for posting videos, clips of his show with no standing at all, sending a cease and desist letter to someone where his lawyer is just like straight up lying about this shit. Just defending an ethno-state every day. Every time he opens his mouth, he defends the idea that Israel must remain an ethno-state because if they ever lose their majority status, the Jews' majority status in Israel, in terms of demographics, then they're going to be pogromed by the Arabs that just hate all of the Jews. Like, that's Islamophobic and defending an ethno-state at the same time. He's such a fucking freak, dude. Also, he's just like a shitty person and kind of a bully to the people that he interacts with. I mean, that whole Mika's rhetoric video, that was a fiasco, man. He just bullied her nonstop. Said Bad Empanada just looks like a terrorist and put a picture of Bad Empanada up there. I mean, he's just racist. He does hate Arabs, and he's a bully, and he's supports Israel being an ethno-state because he's a racist bully. And I mean, I can keep going on and on. He's selfish. He doesn't talk about any of Trump's he doesn't talk about any of the Trump administration's policies unless they personally affect him. He's like a shitty person, spreads misinformation on his show, says that most anti-Semitism is coming from the left. Like, he is courting a conservative audience because that's the type of content that he's putting out there, and I don't think I can say anything more damning than that.
Both of his fucking boxing events, like with our whole chest, how is it that he's going to ally with someone like Denham's and Frogan and Noah Sampson, who says I'm
looks like he makes an appearance
and Matt Lee
too. Yeah,
how
the whole gang.
It's
the whole gang.
I'm genuinely in shock. I cannot believe what a fucking cowardly, bandwagony, shitty fucking move this is. I'm just in disbelief. I'm gonna watch it live.
Should you?
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't care. But like, why?
I just don't think. I feel like you're gonna get really emotional and say something you regret.
Well, I've got the button.
I mean, that's true.
I'm
like, I know you don't have a problem taking it head on, but I just feel
of course not, because I know that
you're understandably upset, and I feel like it might be a little.
I think that for me to show, like, I don't need to fucking pre-watch this. I don't need someone else to hold my hand through it. Like, I'm ready to take on anything that these people have to say about me. I'm just
fair enough.
Bro, this is so embarrassing. I don't need anyone to hold my hand. I'm a big boy. I can watch a YouTube video by myself. Mom, you don't have to watch it with me. I'm not scared. Guys, stay back. I got this. I got it by myself. Walks over to the keyboard, presses the play button. All right, guys. Okay, now, I don't need any support at all. Don't hug me. Don't step in, guys. Don't step in. He's such a fucking loser. Holy shit. Like, guys, I started off this channel being extremely charitable to Ethan Klein because I was under the assumption that he had genuine disagreements with Hasan, and if these disagreements could be cleared up and he could see that interviewing Rashid al-Haddad was not platforming terrorism and like criticizing Israel is not prolonging the genocide, if he could see that, then he could reconcile with Hasan. But it's clear that he's just an ethno-state enthusiast, and he's just like a shitty, spiteful person, and he's just attacking the left at this point. So anyway, we'll watch a little bit more of this just because his reaction is fucking hilarious. He's like, no, guys, I don't need any help to watch this video. I'm not scared. I'm going to watch the video right now to prove that I'm not scared and I can watch it. Oh, thank you for the 10 subs, Meouts. Meouts is a goat. Everyone thank Meouts. And guys, for everyone that's premium, I'm going to, I don't know. I literally bought a PlayStation so I could like do premium content for people. And I haven't played it at all. I've had it for like since Christmas. So I've had it now for like 4.5 months and I haven't touched it. But I bought and downloaded Elden Ring and I just haven't done it at all. If you think that would be like a fun thing to do, I'm not a gamer whatsoever, but that could be fun premium content to like put behind a paywall. So I do want to do more content for people that have premium subscriptions because I appreciate it, everyone. So everyone thank me out. And if you want to support the channel, support me, support my editors, please consider subscribing. It's just $1 a month. It's not that much. But anyway, thank you for everyone, even if you're paid, unpaid. It's just fun to have people showing up and talking about this. So let's continue.
Why would you do this to Lena, of all people? Like, what the fuck is she supposed to do? She's been training. You couldn't at least wait till after Creator Clash? You didn't even think to give her a heads up? AB fought in 2 of your things, man. Don't you feel like some obligation to them?
Maybe,
I checked
Maybe he's defending.
Okay, so this is my plan, guys. I'm going to watch Ethan's reaction. I'm not going to watch his. I'm not going to watch him actually watching the video. I'm going to watch his like reaction and preamble up to him reacting to the video, and then I'm just going to start the content cop video and watch it on my own. And then maybe we can watch his reaction at a later day if it's entertaining. But I just want to see him talking to Gila. I'm going to speed it up a bit though.
I checked my phone. Ian did just message me. He said, I'm sorry to put you in the position.
Wow, what a fucking nice guy. Just message you now.
He said he dragged me when I was already unhappy with what was going on. I didn't appreciate that, especially since he refused to get on the phone with me.
What?
It was meant to go live before the show, but I was having technical difficulties. Again, I'm sorry you're caught in the middle. And I know you tried to de-escalate, but it's clear Ethan is interested in de-escalating.
De-escalate? I just said I vented about them not defending me. What the fuck is he like? He's actually losing his shit and I just can't believe it, dude.
Did you call him up?
Dude, he's actually like his mind has been boggled.
This is like the most cowardly, insane flip shit I've ever seen in my life. Like I genuinely can't believe it. Like this guy is actually trying to make his comeback on. I just can't believe it, dude.
Did you call him up? Call him up right now.
This is like the most cowardly, insane flip shit I've ever seen in my life. Like I genuinely can't believe it. Like this guy is actually trying to make his comeback on the back of this insane.
I'm sorry. Did Ethan not like beef with Idubbbz and his partner? Hey, Katie, thank you so much for becoming a member. But I thought it was something like he was mad at them and he was like criticizing them or something. And now he's saying that because you made a video critical of me, you're betraying me? Like, did he just block that out of his memory?
Well, Noah said it. It's the industrial complex is strong right now. Baby.
I just expected
also,
better.
This is all going to get clipped, and I love that I'm looking like this for all this.
At least I don't have black hair.
True.
The thing is, like, he just went on an apology tour being like, all of the content cops I made were mean-spirited and bad. And I'm taking down all of them, even the ones about Rice Gum and Leafy. But he's like, no, actually, Ethan, the fucking Jew bag.
What if this one isn't mean?
Bro, what the fuck? Yeah, anyone that criticizes Ethan Klein is obviously criticizing him because he's Jewish. Not because of how he's been acting, but just because they're just like the entire hour-long video is just a stream of anti-Semitic slurs. That's the entire thing. Oh yeah, he calls Ethan a. Where did he come up with that? Is Idubbbz anti-Semitic? Like what did he just pull that out of his ass? Oh, he calls me a Jew bag.
He just went on an apology tour being like, all of the content cops I made were mean-spirited and bad. And I'm taking down all of them, even the ones about Rice Gum and Leafy. But he's like, no, actually, Ethan, the fucking Jew bag.
What if this one isn't mean? I don't know.
It's impossible looking at who he's thinking.
Right, yeah.
It's impossible. Oh my God, dude. This is beyond fucking unreal. This is unreal, man. The thing is, like, everybody in the fan base...
I just can't get over how much he's freaking out. It's genuinely surprising. Like, yeah, is he not used to this? He's a YouTuber. His whole thing is YouTube beefs. How is he not used to this? He was just criticizing Idubbbz.
My fan base already knows everything that these people are going to say. So, like, it's not going to affect me. It's just for him to get, like, kudos off the back of these psychopaths. What about Hila?
Someone was saying in chat before that, like, this is the first time that this drama is really going mainstream with this content cop video. And I think that might be a reason why Ethan's kind of freaking out about it. But either way, it's interesting that he's, like, this flabbergasted.
Oh, she's on the way?
Oh, yeah, she said she's coming to the office. She's leaving the house now, she said.
Oh, about this?
Yeah.
Oh, she's going to be pissed, bro. These people, man. I can't. I'm genuinely shocked.
Ethan Klein leaves the office and drives to the studio because of the content cop thing. Okay. Yeah, but they don't care about it at all. It's like water off a duck's back. This is not going to affect me at all. I don't care about this. What's that Always Sunny in Philadelphia clip? I could not care any less about this. Always Sunny, I don't care at all. All right, let's play this.
Like, I'm genuinely fucking shocked.
Should we wait to talk about it, or you want to talk about it now?
I suggested that.
I think we should.
Go ahead, you can suggest some open suggestions.
Just in terms of, like, it being in the moment, maybe do we want to watch it off and then
personally, God, it's so stupid that I even need to fucking react to this shit now. Like, I've been trying not to, like, interface with all this shit, especially all these little scumbag channels that, like, have been making videos about me. And now he's forcing this conversation to continue and platforming this group of fucking psychopaths, minus Kirk.
Okay, let's just do this.
All right, fine. Let's play the game. But I want to be very clear about something. This literally means nothing to me.
This literally means nothing to me, but I'm going to spend the next 2.5 hours talking about it. But this isn't going to affect my career at all. It's just that, everything that they say is going to be completely regurgitated from all of these other channels. Okay.
Legend. 10 out of 10. I'm in pure disbelief, man. What do you guys mean call him now? I haven't even seen the video. Why would I call him?
Because I had suggested that a minute ago.
Nobody.
He was saying that you wouldn't take his phone call.
I would call him. I just need to know what the fuck he's going to say in it. I personally think it's kind of a play of supreme confidence that I'm willing to watch it right now. Because once again, there's nothing he can say that hasn't already been debunked.
What do you mean it's a YouTube video? You're not walking into a battlefield without surveying the dangers there. This is a display of supreme confidence that I'm willing to watch his YouTube video. As opposed to what? Going home and like poring over it underneath candlelight, furiously scribbling down notes and analyzing every single detail so you can have like a fully fledged rebuttal on the Friday's show? Dude, if you don't watch it now, you look like a fucking bitch. No, you got caught with your pants down because you're live, and now you're like, oh, well, I want to watch it, but guys, I think this is really brave of me to watch it without pre-watching it. Like, this is just cope. This is just cope so that if he ever gets flabbergasted or, like, if he ever gets tongue-tied and stymied by a point that Idubbbz brings up, he can be like, well, I mean, I was watching this live, and I did say I was brave for watching it live.
Is he actually taking the Zionist path on this? Is he actually doing that?
We haven't watched his video, so.
But like, I mean, judging by the people he's.
Probably. Yeah, that seems like a fair assumption based off of the credits here. So yeah.
Dude, this is unreal. Let's do a poll. I see people are. I can do it now.
They're going to say watch. They're going to tell you to watch. There's no point for a poll.
Well, let's see. I'm curious. They can say watch.
I just think
well, if Hila's coming. By the way,
Dude, I feel like Ethan actually is afraid to watch the video. Why hasn't he watched it by now? He's been talking about it now for about 10 minutes, and he's like, let's do a poll to see if the chat wants me to watch it. So why would you do a poll? Yeah, no one.
Change the title.
I understand your impulse. I just think
that clickbait is nothing compared to what we got now.
Yeah, true. Maybe that's actually that's a pretty good title considering.
Yeah. Idubbbz made me quit YouTube.
Oh man,
my very first.
Is the word Zionist even said? Yeah, I don't think it's just about how shitty of a person Ethan is. I don't think it's really about Israel-Palestine that much.
First YouTube video on my channel was why Idubbbz will never content copy H3H3.
AB, why did you
never make definitive statements like that?
Well, he didn't realize that I'm actually Israeli. He didn't know that fucking Ela did mandatory service and I lived in Israel.
Zoom out. It's because it's private, AB.
What are they talking about?
My very first YouTube video on my channel was why Idubbbz will never content copy H3H3.
AB, why did you
never make definitive statements like that?
Well, he didn't realize that I'm actually Israeli. He didn't know that fucking Ela did mandatory service and I lived in Israel.
Zoom out. It's because it's private, AB. If you hadn't privated it. Because he probably searched first to see if anybody had forbidden that, but it's private, so.
I genuinely, there's just so many reasons that this is insane. I'm genuinely at a loss here. Like, wow.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe
he goes full love warrior on
Ethan. Do it on stream.
What does that even mean? Full love warrior.
I feel like, I don't know. This escalated initially because we were live and you guys were heated about. I forget what it was, but
it was the froggy guy.
Did he message Lena or just you? Because like she's a human being too, by the way.
I don't know.
And this is about her. She's the one fighting. Why is he apologizing to you? Like, say sorry to her, you dumb fuck.
He might have. She's in the bathroom.
Dude, this is so fucked up.
Bummer, man. Had some funny videos in there. We're going to talk about Olivia watching Lord of the Rings.
I don't mean to make it about
the first half.
I don't mean to make it about us, but man, I do feel bad.
We were gonna talk about what movies we liked, and that's the podcast content that our audience comes for. Okay. Sorry.
I had the full support of the whole audience the first time, and it was still so tough.
Yeah,
she's worked so hard.
And I know Ethan offered, to buy her out previously, but she doesn't feel right taking, that large amount of money from Ethan for nothing. So it's just a shitty situation.
What?
Yeah.
Ethan offered to buy out Lena's contract, basically paying her to not fight for Idubbbz' organization. Holy shit, dude. That's actually kind of crazy. Why would you even offer that? That's really weird. Like, and now it makes a little bit more sense why Ethan was like, oh, well, what about Lena? How does she feel about this? Well, he's obviously been putting pressure on her behind the scenes to not participate in Idubbbz thing. Like, AB just said Lena didn't feel comfortable accepting Ethan's buyout. That seems like she's not really conflicted in whether she wants to fight or not. That seems like Ethan's putting pressure on her to not fight because he does think it's fucked up that she's going after, she's like working with someone that he's beefing with. And once again, if Ethan previously offered to buy out Lena's contract from Idubbbz fighting ring, how is he surprised that Idubbbz made content critical of him? He obviously was like having a beef with Idubbbz and saying that Lena shouldn't like participate in his organization because he was beefing with him. Oh my god.
Listen, and I'm not going to fucking begrudge Lena's hard work already. So I said then, and I'll say it now. Like, if she wants to fight, I support her. She's worked hard, and she should go have her moment, right? 100%. I'm not going to tell her that she has to quit, but I'm sure from a personal POV, she's going to feel like she's fucked either way.
Yeah.
She's been afraid of that. She's gonna get booed, which I don't think's gonna happen. But
Dude,
That'd be fucked.
When Lena goes out there, I'll be there screaming. Okay.
There you go.
Who cares if they get booed? It's combat sports. People get booed in that all the time.
why would he do this? Why?
Yeah.
Like, and why so urgent? When is this creator clash happening?
June?
In June.
June.
I mean, if Ela's coming, I feel like we got to watch it. Or well, we'll see. What's the poll?
I think you and Lena, or you and Ela can watch it if you really want to. I didn't put up a poll. There's no point putting up a poll. The poll's going to tell you that you should watch it. The people obviously want to see that. I just think it might be wise to watch it, think out your thoughts, and respond in a calm way. Because there's no chance that you don't get heated. Which, like,
Bro,
not
this guy's
that,
been in my house like many times.
yeah, no, I mean, this is pretty.
Maybe
you guys
Idubbbz
were-
called
you guys were
child
fighting for a long
support.
time.
That's to me like one time, like, hey, dude, we
CPS.
should talk this out. And I was like, I don't feel like having this conversation right now. That's it.
No?
This is like straight up clout chasing.
I thought
What
you
is
did
this?
talk with him at one point. Or was it that you talked with Anissa?
I was chatting with Anissa.
Oh, okay.
And then it came up because they were talking about it on their fucking podcast. By the way, they're the ones that like started this conversation by talking about it on the podcast. Be like, hey, I'm not getting involved.
I think that was their response after you guys initially called him out.
Oh yeah, because it was his
Okay,
editor.
this is really boring. I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna skip ahead.
That I'm not gonna be able to do like just ignore it now. That's weird, right?
On today's episode, I mean, we could just talk about Lord of the Rings.
Let me get a
That sounds
taste of
kinda
it.
nice.
Let me get a taste of it. The first time I get pissed, I'll turn it off. If I start to get too,
2.5 hours later.
some people are saying the CTE is starting to take effect. I guess that would be comforting if there was some explanation at least. Do the poll actually. I'm curious if like because if it's like 90% yes or is it like
Okay.
70% yes?
Well, so what? Let's make sure it's a good poll. Hey, Ballhop, thank you for the 50 gifted memberships.
Bro, Ethan
that's very
really
nice.
doesn't want to watch it. Holy shit. Why is he like insisting on this poll?
It's a little consolation prize. for
They're like just poisoning. Just only that.
I just want to see Gila like calling.
Hey, Ela. Hello? Oh, something happened. Hold on.
Oh my god.
There's that.
Hey,
You're coming here?
yes, I am.
Oh, she's on the air.
Yeah, obviously you're live. Did you you're coming here because of this content cop?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I told you.
Your thoughts on this so far? I mean, we're debating if we should watch it or not.
I know I'm having an internal debate too, and with myself, if we should do it now or not. Because on the one hand, I'm so fired up, I don't even know what to do with myself, which is why I'm coming. On the other hand, I don't know if that's a good state to be in live.
That's the Ela kind of spitting.
On the third hand,
What? She's so fired up she doesn't know what to do with herself, but on the other hand, that's a good state to be in life.
I'm so fired up, I don't even know what to do with myself, which is why I'm coming. On the
I
other
can't-
hand, I don't know if that's a good state to be in live.
That's the
Oh, that's a good
Ela
state to
kinda
be in
spitting.
live.
On
Okay.
the third
Kinda
hand,
spitting right now.
Hasan is already watching it live, promoting it, everything.
Yeah, of course.
And
We gotta get ahead of
on
the
the fourth
of the
hand, I wish
narrative.
I had. I mean, who gives a fuck, you know?
No, it doesn't. Like I said, it's not going to affect us at all because our
I love how they're like, this literally means nothing to me, and yet she's fucking panic driving over to the studio so that they can put out like their reaction ahead of Hasan's reaction to the video. It's really embarrassing from these guys.
community's already been having this conversation, and everybody who's still watching understands that these people are insane.
Yeah.
Ay, ay, ay. Also, I think it's kind of Sigma just to go in raw.
Right.
Sigma.
Okay, that's like the 5th time that he's complimented himself for watching the video without pre-watching it. Something that every single fucking YouTuber in the world does. Oh my god. Alright, that's it. I'm done with that. We're gonna watch the actual video now. Content Cop, H3, 1.5 million views in 9 hours. Wow, a lot of views. So, real quick, let's just read the comments. Well, let's read the top comments. I just want to... This is a huge day for leftists who were edgy teens in 2017. During the Content Cop, a theme felt like being punched. Okay, so 2017... This is a huge day for leftists. That's like one actual thing. All of these are just like meta memeing about the idea that a Content Cop video came back out. As an avid 2016 Idubbbz and H reviewer, it's crazy for this to pop up on my feed. I've become so disconnected from their content that I don't even know half the people mentioned here. Yeah. I feel like I just instantly aged both 10 years and negative 10 years at the same time. Okay, let's just watch this.
Surprisingly dangerous. Consider the fucking destination. The beach is surprisingly dangerous. Consider the
fucking thing in our defense, like actually Hila's not a baby killer. Actually accusing Ethan of killing his dog.
Bro, is this safe for YouTube, Idubbbz? Showing a lot of skin there.
It's maybe too far because they have mobilized such an insane harassment group that anybody who says any fucking thing, they will attempt to ruin their lives. And once again, I'm the crazy one. It's not bad enough that I have this group of people.
What we do here is go back.
He's got to hit that nostalgia, those nostalgia emotions. I'm liking it so far.
What's up, everybody? I'm Hasan Piker, and this is the Hasanabi broadcast coming to you live from a cloudy day here in California, Los Angeles. We're live and alive, and I hope all the boys, girls, and MBs are having a fantastic one because today's a beautiful day. I have a very important announcement. I've finally done it. I watched Ethan Klein's Content Nuke, and I'm not going to call it Context Puke as I normally do because the reality of the matter is it was brilliant. Nothing was out of context. Everything was correct. I am an Islamist, fundamentalist, radical terrorist. I am a vicious anti-Semite. It's true. Most importantly, Ethan is more attractive than me, both physically and also mentally. I've been lying about everything, including my glasses. They're fake. He was right about that. That's not even in the Content Nuke. And he was right about that too. How did he know everything? How? Wake up, Ethan.
Oh, okay. I was like, why is everyone saying wake up, Ethan? Guys, I can't believe Hasan actually watched the Content Nuke and he did it off camera. Because the only way he would be able to come up with this introduction is if he watched it and he actually knew what Ethan was saying about him.
Been in the Content Nuke, and he was right about that too. How did he know everything? How? Wake up, Ethan. Wake up, Ethan. Ethan, wake up.
Bro, this is scary.
Wakey, Ethan. Wake up, Ethan. Wake up. Time to be awake, Ethan.
Wake up, Ethan.
This is no longer a dream. This is a nightmare. Wake up.
Ethan, the
Oh shit, I need to see Ethan's reaction to this.
Wake up. Ethan, wake up. Wake up, Ethan. Ethan, wake up. Wake up. Zins, anyone? Just wake up.
Zins.
Wake up.
Wake up.
Wake up. Wake up, Ethan.
I'm not gonna do a react content yet, chat.
I'm the same. Nobody's talking.
This is so ridiculous, but it's awesome.
Wake up, Ethan. Wake up. Ethan. Wake up, Ethan. Wake up.
Okay, that was a pretty fire intro.
All right. I didn't plan on making a content cop on H3. It sounds very...
Like, not gonna lie, that would be kind of horrifying if I was the subject of that. If all of these people that I was shitting on the entire time suddenly, like, all popped up together underneath the banner of a 7 million subscriber channel, I'd be, like, kind of shitting myself. So, yeah, now it makes sense why Ethan was like, I'm a brave boy for watching this without pre-watching it.
Stupid even saying that. H3 content cop, Idubbbz. Ethan Klein's out of control. And then you should do a content cop on Hasan Piker. Content cop on Sargon of Akkad. If I would imagine this in 2016, I would have been like, oh yeah, if I ever do that, it's gotta be because I lose the plot. Well, it turns out it's not me losing the plot, it's Ethan. He's the one who fucking attacked first.
My good fucking friends who I stood by after all these fucking years can't find a spine to speak up.
So go fuck yourself.
I agree.
All right, guys, I'm going to tell you a story about Ethan Klein. I know some of you have been following him, but there's a lot of people who might not be familiar with the...
Dude, holy shit. If they added Bad Empanada, Ethan might actually have a heart attack live on air. Like, I think Do Not Worry Podcast is in here, is it not? Maybe not. Okay, no, I think they were just reacting. Okay, never mind. Ethan was reacting to DNW, reacting to this video. Okay.
Background with his podcast, with what's been going on over the past couple of years. So Ethan, as you know, is a content creator who has a podcast where he says all sorts of outrageous stuff. Sometimes it's fun, sometimes it's fucked up. He's had shows with all sorts of different controversial characters. He's had a show with Trisha Paytas. He's had a show with Hasan Piker. In doing so, he's gathered a ton of different audiences. Now, in his podcast with Hasan, Leftovers, they would mostly talk about surface level progressive shit and make fun of right-wingers.
And you're telling me he didn't flick their dick once at least?
Oh, that's 100 shavers. You trans women. I say, oh no!
And it was mostly that until they actually had to reckon with a very serious topic. I would say that Hasan was very well equipped to...
All right, chat, do you guys want to see Ethan's reaction to the intro? Like, just the intro and nothing more than that? If you want to see that, just like type yes in chat.
Talk about that topic.
Palestinian people living in the West Bank are subject to these horrific conditions, horrific living conditions by the state of Israel, America's greatest ally and the only democracy in the Middle East, if you ask Republicans and even liberals.
Well, the dance he invented was so kick-ass.
Israeli settlers are trying to evict Palestinian families in occupied East Jerusalem. The United Nations says...
Okay. I don't know. Should we make a poll about it? No, just kidding. All right, let's watch the reaction to this. Just like the introduction. I really don't want to watch any more of that right now, though.
Why would you even want to? The fact that like you want to associate. With, all right, let me just get to that part at least. The fact that you want to associate with these people openly is so fucking sick. Holy shit, dude.
The beach is surprisingly dangerous. Consider the
fucking thing in our defense. Like, actually, Hila's not a baby killer. Actually, accusing Ethan of killing his dog is maybe too far because they have mobilized such an insane. Oh, he's so disgusted. He's so disgusted, you guys. He just discovered empathy, man. It's hitting him hard here today. Harassment group. That anybody who says any fucking thing, they will attempt to ruin their lives. And once again, I'm the crazy one. It's not bad enough that I have this group of people. Wait, that's what... Who says any fucking thing. Hold on.
Yeah, that would...
It's a fucking opening bit. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's what triggered him to make the video? Okay.
This is a weird choice.
Like, okay, they're criticizing his choice of clip. Does Ethan actually think this was the specific clip that motivated Idubbbz to make a video about it? Even though it's the clip of Ethan attacking Idubbbz, I'm pretty sure.
That's what made him think he needs to make this?
Well, you went a lot more than that.
That's not what he should.
I mean, yeah, I think you could have showed a different part, but
because they have mobilized such an insane harassment group that anybody who says any fucking thing, they will attempt to ruin their lives. And once again, I'm the crazy one. It's not bad enough that I have this group of people. So I'm saying that I don't remember the context, but it doesn't seem that crazy. Saying that like there's a mass campaign of people online, which now he's a part of, that anybody that expresses like any sympathy for Israel gets absolutely fucking harassed into oblivion, which is literally, he's proving my point. I don't see why that would set you off, bro.
So when he did the trailer, I had suspicions, even though, yeah.
Everybody suspected, but I was like, there's no shot. That's just so stupid. Why would he do that?
I watched back that footage. You did go in on him a little bit. You call him spineless and said you're no friend of mine.
So what?
Well, I'm just saying, just to give the context.
He is spineless, and this just proves it. Like, what a fucking coward.
What is he saying? What is he saying? Oh, a guy made a video about me. That means he's a coward. He literally offered to call you on your podcast. Like, what the fuck? He's like, this is such a betrayal of me, even though I called him a spineless coward and like a piece of shit on my show. And no, he actually is a coward. What is Ethan saying, dude? He's like so far gone.
There's no shot. That's just so stupid. I
watched back that footage. You did go in on him a little bit. You call him spineless and said you're no friend of mine.
So what?
Well, I'm just saying, just to give the context.
He is spineless, and this just proves it. Like, what a fucking coward. It's still not enough, man. I was rightfully upset. Like, what, he's a fucking peach in that situation, not standing up for me? Well, clearly he agrees with them, like, a lot. Oh my God, dude.
Here is go back.
That intro that justifies this content cop, me saying that I feel like people who don't think that Israeli civilians
holy fuck, why don't you watch the video?
Or being like ganged up on online. That's it? That's what made you throw this on? Okay. That's pretty serious stuff there, dude. Bro, you literally look like a fucking free tattoo pack that you get for 25 cents from
shut the fuck up, Ethan. Okay, this might have been the most egregious thing I've ever heard Ethan say. Idubbbz actually has cool tattoos. He's got like American traditional style tattoos, whereas Ethan just has like a fucking collage of horrible shit that he's done. Like his murdered dog is his dog that died because it ate too much cheese, apparently. The like fucking Babadook style picture of his wife on his arm with pretty trash slang or like a phrase too. You're criticizing someone else's tattoos who's even if they might not be the most technical, they're still in a cool, coherent style of American traditional, and they look good together. And you're saying that he looks like a tattoo pack that people would browse through at like the waiting room in a tattoo parlor?
Okay. That's pretty serious stuff there, dude. Bro, you literally look like a fucking free tattoo pack that you get for 25 cents from a windy thing, bro. Like, literally, my kids have cooler fucking tattoos from Chuck E. Cheese. And people go, oh, Mr. No, listen. That's right. I'm going after his tattoos. Bro looks like he just went to the menu and was like, I'll take that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, and that one. Cringe, bro. I'm kidding, by the way. People are going to be like, this is all he had to say? This is going to be...
Oh, I'm just kidding. I just said something stupid, but don't criticize me because I'm just kidding. Dude, shut the fuck up. Oh, it's just a kid. It's just a kid.
Really? I don't think this is going to be hard to react to at all. I mean, so far, this is just pathetic.
Me-outs, thank you so much.
What if he's suiting up to defend you? Maybe he agreed with that clip where you said all the people are...
I think it's...
I'm just going to hold out, and he got all those people together in order to slam them.
That would be kind of inspiring, although...
He made them apologize.
That's right.
All right. Yeah, I mean, after everything we've been through, that might actually be a nice olive branch.
Bro, this is literally Ethan playing 2 seconds, pausing it, letting his crew, like, pat him on the back and calm him down and soothe him and say, oh, don't worry, little fella. It's going to be okay. You're going to be fine. Like, isn't he dumb? Isn't this a bad man? And Ethan's like, yeah, he is bad. He is dumb. And his tattoos are ugly. But actually, like, I'm just kidding. That's just a joke, guys. Yeah, I say it, but it's just a joke. His tattoos are ugly. He's such a fucking little child. Holy shit. Like, literally can't play more than 2 seconds without pausing it and letting his crew calm him down like he's a toddler on the verge of throwing a tantrum.
What a twist.
He's so zany, you guys. Remember how zany and cool Idubbbz is? He's doing karate and cool. He's being silly and a fucking...
We're at 101.31. Okay.
Thank you for tuning in. Yeah! Welcome, Ethan, the Jewish tornado, Klein! Yeah!
Oh my God, Ethan. Dude. No, Ethan.
I'm back, baby. That's right. That's right.
Careful. Careful.
Ah, I got you. That's what's back. We're back, baby. You never seen this one before, eh, Nate?
I'm so fucking scared.
You should be.
Woo. Okay, there we go. We got over the first bump. Second bump. Oh, yep, careful.
I got you. Be scared, baby. We're back. We're so back.
Oh, no.
That's right.
Wow.
Okay, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna say anything.
All right. Yeah, I mean, after everything we've been through, that might actually be a nice olive branch.
What a twist.
He's so zany, you guys. Remember how zany and cool Idubbbz is? He's doing karate and cool. He's being silly in a fucking cabin. Look at him go. Yeah. Yeah. Bro, just to give you an idea, he puts this here.
Guys, this is not going to be difficult for me to react to at all. But I am going to pause it every 2 seconds and just say, yeah.
This is like a extremely rare dunny that we gave them. This is like ancient lore stuff, but like we made a special one just for them. Like actual friendship stuff. It's pretty nuts. Is this funny?
Smoking 3 cigarettes at a time, that's basically a non-joke. I mean, you're basically promoting smoking. Are you crazy? That's so unhealthy. But rolling in on a fucking mobility scooter with a wooden bull's head attached to it and pretending to ram my crew, now that's peak comedy.
Is that funny? Should I be listening to this guy? Like,
wait, is he gonna say that since he has a bad sense of humor, Ethan shouldn't be listening to him? Okay, that would be hilarious.
He's setting it up like he's the moral arbiter. He's like, I'm drunk. I'm dancing around my cabin like a lunatic.
That's the joke.
And I'm putting cigarettes out on my pants.
It's ironic. Shit. You wouldn't understand.
It's ironic, right? But it's also like the character for real. But he presents his arguments like they should be listened to. I mean, that's the whole thing.
Oh my god, dude. That's like the most unfunny thing. He's a comedian and he's taking a joke that some guy did as like a skit for the opening of his video. Literally. Oh wait, a cop? Like he's supposed to be a cop, but he's so unprofessional. Should we really be listening to him? I mean, cops should be professional and he's clearly unprofessional. Day drinking? He's not even wearing an undershirt. Smoking 3 cigarettes? This isn't even funny. He's supposed to present himself as a reasonable person, an arbiter of the truth. Why should we take anything he has to say seriously? Because for a skit, he pretends to be a drunken guy.
Bro's actually out there like Timothy McVeigh. He's running to the closest fucking kindergarten to blow it up. Quick, there's a Jew. I heard there's a Jewish.
That's not what Timothy McVeigh did.
What the fuck is he saying?
Bro's actually out there like Timothy McVeigh. He's running to the closest fucking kindergarten to blow it up. Quick, there's a Jew. I heard there's a Jewish.
That's not what Timothy McVeigh did.
Isn't he the one that blew the Unabomber?
You're thinking of Kaczynski.
Oh, Kaczynski. Kaczynski's the one that lived in a cabin in the woods?
Yes.
Well,
okay.
Maybe they both.
Timothy McVeigh is the Oklahoma City bombing.
Right.
Yeah.
They both had.
Maybe he lived in a cabin too.
They both were vibing out in the woods. Oh man.
Explosive personalities, both of them.
True, true.
Maybe.
Guys, it's Shabbat. All the Jews are at temple.
What's up, everybody? I'm Hassan Piker in the Stars, and I broadcast coming to you live from a cloudy day here in California,
Okay,
Los
that-
Angeles.
this-
Live, and I hope
this is what I was
everyone's
looking
enjoying
for.
Cloudy day in Los Angeles.
That's my line. That's
Wait.
I'm having a fantastic one.
Wait, is this live?
By the way, Hasan literally goes and talks about how I'm obsessed with him and I can't talk about him, and I can't stop talking about him. And this is what he's working on in the while he's complaining about that. I can't believe it, man.
Oh my God.
It's stunning stuff. It really is.
I can't believe that when I came in here today, my main fear was shitting my pants, and now it's like
Hey, thank you, Salamander, for the super chat. Thanks for hanging out and laughing at this trash. Everyone, please remember what this is really about. Gaza, donate, pressure, reps, keep fighting. Yeah, right. And it's like the news is so depressing, so obviously it is fun when you have the ability to dunk on a Zionist like Ethan Klein, someone who is actively supporting the image of Israel and just trying to shatter those beliefs that Israel is this egalitarian futuristic society and the Arabs would actually do pogroms on Jews if they ever got the chance to. Trying to like push back against that is important. So even though this is silly and it is just like a video making fun of Ethan Klein for being a shitty person, there are real world harms that Ethan Klein is doing with his content, and people that are criticizing him, you know, it's not ending the genocide by itself, but it is changing people's opinions on the matter, however slightly. And also just giving people a home to be like, no, I'm not crazy. Ethan Klein has gotten really dark with his content. Like, allowing people to feel that is also a good thing. But yes, of course, like, there's a genocide happening in Gaza. This is fun to do. Please call your representatives. Please, like, demand them to cease funding Israel, obviously. It's easier said than done, though. But let's just continue this. It's about to get good.
That's secondary.
that's the end of my list right now.
I already vomited.
There's a scene here I'm working towards. I don't know if I'm going to watch the whole thing, but I just want you guys to see this.
Okay.
I have a very important announcement.
Wait, what? Has Ethan watched this before? After he made such a big fuss about not pre-watching it?
There's a scene here I'm working towards. I don't know if I'm going to watch the whole thing, but I just want you guys to see this.
Okay.
I have a very important announcement. I've finally done it. I watched Ethan Klein's content nuke, and I'm not going to call it context puke as I normally do, because the reality of the matter is it was brilliant. Nothing was out of context. Everything was correct.
Bro, he loves that out of context thing. Like, that video was so well sourced. The full context of everything.
I am.
Ethan lied so much in that video.
Fundamentalist, radical terrorist.
That's not what I accused you of, but go on. Keep straw manning what I said. Co-signed by Ian.
I am a vicious anti-Semite. It's true.
I didn't call you a vicious anti-Semite.
Well, never say never.
Well, I think he's. I think he's.
You've definitely called him an anti-Semite many times.
Vicious is different. I think he propagates anti-Semitism. I don't think he does it intentionally.
I'm just saying.
I think you said raging.
Yeah.
Raging.
I don't remember.
You maybe never used vicious specifically.
I don't think I've ever said that. I don't think he consciously hates Jewish people. I think he propagates anti-Semitism. I don't even. But I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't think I am. But it doesn't really matter.
That'll end up being the next clip that plays.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter either way. It's fine.
I'm just saying. Just never say never.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Importantly, Ethan is more attractive than me, both physically and also mentally. I've been.
No, dude, don't call out those
Are we actually doing
insecurities.
this frat bro thing? This is the fucking cutting.
Bro, Ethan, you talk about Hasan's appearance like at least once every 2 weeks. It's don't try to deny it, Ethan. It's not a good look.
Cutting edge criticism that Hasan's hotter than me. Are we actually doing this?
Ethan is more attractive
He
than
looks
me, both
so
physically
hurt. It's
and
sad.
also mentally. I've been.
What? You can say you're smarter than me. I don't care about that. But like, why are you doing the like I'm hot and you're not? Like, what is?
Oh my God, Ethan's like, okay, I don't care if you say you're smarter than me, but I draw the line at you saying you're hotter. Bro, this is such an insecurity. This is sad. This is like seeing someone kind of getting bullied at like high school at lunch. The guy's like, no, Ethan, you win. You're smarter and hotter than me. And then the guy's like, why are we talking about looks now? Even though he spent the last 6 months complaining about how good Hasan looks. Hey, thank you so much, Hypercolor. Everyone, shout out Hypercolor. The only thing that Ethan and I have in common anymore is that we're waiting on Hasan to drop hog. Okay, yeah. Hasan should start an OnlyFans. Ethan would probably be his first subscriber.
What is this? Holy shit, bro. By the way, he still hasn't watched the content nuke. I guarantee it. The content puke.
Been lying about everything, including my glasses. They're fake. He was right about that.
Okay,
That's
yeah.
not even in the content nuke. And he was right about that too. How did he know?
Okay. There you go. You fucking debunked.
I think he's referencing the post of him in the tub, because in that post you talked about his glasses. I was wondering if that's what
I think he told me at one point. I mean, he might have both, but no, I'm 100% sure that one time he came on Leftovers and he was wearing unprescription glasses. 100%. So I mean, like he might have both, or maybe his vision.
I just remember the last episode.
I don't know.
I remember the last episode. He said he didn't have his on him. Maybe that's what you're referring to. He said he couldn't see the screen the last episode of.
No, I'm not referring to that. I'm referring to something else. But I mean, fine. You got me on the glasses thing. Fucking owned, I guess.
Everything. How?
Bro, it actually looks like Ethan's like about to cry here. Like it just is so painful. Oh, I guess you got me on the glasses thing. Like what? Where are we? What are we doing right now? Like Hasan's just making fun of comments that you've made, and you're like, all right, well, I guess if you really want to call me out on it, then that's fine. I mean, go ahead. It doesn't make you feel like a big man to treat me like that. Like it actually seems like he's about to kind of start crying.
Wake up, Ethan. Wake up, Ethan.
Okay, hold on.
You got me on the glasses
I need to
thing.
rewind
Fucking
this.
owned, I guess.
Everything. How? Wake up, Ethan. Wake up, Ethan. Ethan, wake up.
Look at this.
Wakey, wakey, Ethan. Wake up, Ethan. Wake up.
Bro, what? I cannot believe what I'm saying.
Don't pause it. You're losing the spice.
I can't do it.
I'm to be awake.
Did you tell him to say he's hotter than me? Was that your line? I think it probably was. Okay.
Ethan. Wake up, Ethan. This is no longer a dream. This is
Denims, who, once again, aligning himself with Denims, who literally calls my wife a baby killer, amongst other insane, terrible things. So that's good.
This is no longer a dream. This is a nightmare.
Once again, whenever Ethan opens his mouth and says that a content creator said this about me or did that, I'm going to completely ignore it, because Ethan has proven himself to be an extremely unreliable narrator just about reality in general. He said that like Hasan didn't react at all when Bad Empanada called Ethan Klein a baby killer. And Bad Empanada just said that she went on a terrorist raid. He never called her a baby killer. He never even said that like she works for baby killers. He said that she went on a terrorist raid, which is something that Hila herself has agreed with. Ethan even said, I understand it when people call the IOF terrorists. Like I understand it when they call that a terrorist organization. I get where they're coming from. So then just like he agreed with what Bad Empanada said. But still, in his mind, he had to change that to be something that he could get offended about and to get all up in his feelings about. And so apparently it goes from Bad Empanada saying, oh, if Rashid al-Haddad is a terrorist, or I don't know that Rashid al-Haddad ever did like a terrorist attack, but we do know that Hila did a terrorist attack, and Hasan like doesn't react to that. And now in Ethan's mind, it's Hasan didn't say anything. Like Hasan thinks my wife is a baby killer. It's like Hasan didn't say anything when Bad Empanada called Hila a baby killer.
It's not a nightmare. I mean, it is shocking.
What a nightmare.
It's real. Why is he like?
This is literally the Sam Cedar. What a fucking nightmare. This is literally this, but just in reverse. Ethan's like, it's not a nightmare. Well, actually, it is. Like, it's actually kind of fucking like super ironic.
So that's good.
This is no longer a dream. This is a nightmare. Wake up.
It's not a nightmare. I mean, it is shocking.
What a nightmare.
It's real. Why is he like so full of himself? Where he's like, wake up, dude. This is your nightmare. Like, dude, you're not that guy. You're not that guy anymore. Clearly.
Dumb bitch is telling you to wake up.
This dumb bitch? Well, oh yeah, because she was calling rape victims liars. That's why I called her a dumb bitch. Do you remember that part, Ian, or you don't care about that?
God, Ethan, wake up.
Oh my God. Frogan, what a nightmare. Talk about a jump scare. This man willingly got in a room with
Oh my God, Frogan, what a nightmare.
To make a video about how I can't. Bro, I can't. How is this real? This is like, am I dreaming?
See? They told you to wake up.
I think I do need to wake up. This is surreal. Idubbbz was literally like co-signed Frogan, the girl who said, I hope fucking veterans get PTSD.
Wake up.
The girl who put on a fucking racial tier list. He's co-signing.
Oh, no.
The world really has lost its mind. It really has, man. It's crazy.
Wake up, Ethan.
Frogan did one bad thing that she was banned for and did a tier list that Ethan thought was racist because they used Sabra hummus to be like the most watered down version of Arab food possible, and that triggered Ethan Klein because Sabra hummus supports Israel.
I barely even talked about you. I don't even know the fuck. I've seen clips of him, but I don't know who this guy is. I know he's Sean DeBlack. I know that's his name, but I get the feeling it's one of these situations like with the Millhouse guy. God, why is he being so creepy? Look how he's creeping around like he's like, caught you, Zionist.
Wake up, Snooze anyone? Just wake up.
Snooze anyone? You can tell like he's got no jokes. His jokes is just like walking around sillily. That's holy.
Sometimes that hits.
I know,
The jokes are just him walking around sillily.
It shouldn't be a
so
one.
funny.
It's a tool in the toolbox to do silly walks, for sure.
It's the editing. It's entertaining editing.
Wake up.
Wake up.
Wake up, Ethan.
This is like the most unintimidating group of idiots you could ever assemble. Like this is like so funny.
Oh my God.
Holy shit. And by the way, if they think this is going to stop what's coming, which is what I think is so funny, they think like it's not, okay? Everything that I said's coming is coming.
What's coming?
This is actually pretty entertaining. I'm not even fucking tripping. This is kind of fun to watch. It might take me 2 episodes to get through this anyway.
We were late on the dock today, to be honest.
Yeah, it's kind of vibes. Well, it's funny, we were talking yesterday.
Oh my God, I had so many fucking jokes there. Ethan's like, if they think they're going to stop what's coming, then they have another thing that they don't know what they're talking about. Okay, let's just continue. I got to get my mind out of the gutter.
Well, if he does drop a content nuke, that'd be good title and thumbnail. But I was like, you guys are insane. It's so stupid. Obviously, it's not about me.
I seem to recall saying, yeah, I think it's probably not, but I wouldn't say it's a 0% chance. And you said,
yeah, Mr. 0%.
No,
I thought it was 0. I thought it was 0%. No, I thought it was so insane because I was like, we had like one.
I don't disagree that it's insane for him to do it, but also, I don't know. Well,
clearly I was wrong. I thought it was 0. That's how confident I was like, this doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah. I mean, Ethan's just off in his own world.
There you go.
They're doing the L fucking Fortnite dance? Are we still doing that?
All I'm saying is that we know Gila wasn't coming until Idubbbz was mentioned. Okay.
I'm not gonna do a react.
You actually talked to all these. This man brought Frogan, Denims, and Sean DeBlack to do the Fortnite L dance. Bro thinks it's still like 2000 or whatever, or 2020 when this was funny. Was it ever funny? I don't know.
Content yet, chat.
I'm the same joke.
Doesn't this feel like a second intro?
And then here he's doubling down on the song.
Eli's on the way.
How can you talk to a Jewish man and trivialize what people are saying makes them feel like it's a racial anti-Semitic trope? And here he is co-signing it. He can't even be like, I understand what you're saying, but I disagree. No, he's co-signing it. He's saying that this is not anti-Semitic and you're crazy for thinking a racial fucking tier list was inappropriate.
Oh my God. Bro, this has been like a day one issue that Ethan's had with Frogan and he just can't let it go. It's like, because he was made fun of as being a fucking Zionist and saying Israeli hummus is like cleaner than other hummus for whatever, like what the fuck does that mean? And now like he just can't let it go. He's back to the same thing over and over again. It's a racial tier list. It's a give me a fucking break. Come up with something new to criticize Frogan for.
Someone says, I can't believe Hasan agreed to this. That's the least surprising thing about this. Now, to me, I'm totally not surprised at all that any of these people are in it. What just surprised me is that Idubbbz is stooped to this level here. Okay, it's going on a bit now. We get it.
Well, you keep pausing it for 5 minutes.
I'm woken up. You gave me plenty of time.
We're 3.5 minutes in.
Yeah, come on, I'm up. He's up. It's not Easter yet.
It's not quite Easter, but he's up.
This is fun. Can I get a sodi? Let's get some.
What do you want?
Food.
Choose your weapon. What do you want?
Holy fuck! Okay.
Oh, sugar. Root
Okay,
beer.
guys.
It's so bad.
This reaction is bad. Let's just continue the actual thing. That was painful to get through. That was really painful. Like if I cover that reaction, I'm gonna have to do it while I'm like drawing or something. Not tonight.
That may be a war crime. It literally is.
I was just eating the toppings, and the pizza looked like a burn victim. It was all disgusting.
I don't know if you can make that joke in 2021.
Why?
Right, sorry, I'm gonna rewind this a bit.
And you're.
He's had shows with all sorts of different controversial characters. He's had a show with Trisha Paytas. He's had a show with Hasan Piker. In doing so, he's gathered...
Yeah, just one last thing about Ethan's reaction. He made such a big deal about how he's a brave little boy for reacting to it without pre-watching it at all. And then as soon as the video starts, he's pausing it at every 10 seconds. Less than 10 seconds. He's pausing it every 2 seconds to like make a comment like, this isn't even funny. He's just dancing weirdly. Wow, should we really take him seriously when he's promoting drinking and smoking like that? It's like, yeah, you say you're going to react to it and you're a brave little boy for doing it, and then you do everything in your power to not react to the video.
A ton of different audiences. Now, in his podcast with Hasan, Leftovers, they would mostly talk about surface level progressive
No, really. I'll have to react to his, to that podcast later on.
Shit and make fun of right-wingers.
And you're telling me he didn't flick their dick once at least?
Oh, that's 100 shavers. You trans women. I say, oh no!
And it was mostly that until they actually had to reckon with a very serious topic. I would say that Hasan was very well equipped to talk about that topic.
Palestinian people living in the West Bank are subject to these horrific conditions, horrific living conditions by the state of Israel, America's greatest ally and the only democracy in the Middle East, if you ask Republicans and even liberals.
Well, the dance he invented was so kick-ass.
Israeli settlers are trying to evict Palestinian families in occupied East Jerusalem. The United Nations says that may be a war crime. It literally is.
I was just eating the toppings, and the pizza looked like a burn victim. It was all disgusting.
I don't know if you can make that joke in 2021.
Why?
It's insensitive to burn victims.
I think that's a good analogy. It's a powerful image.
Ethan was not prepared for this. Ethan, the whole time, is more of the goof guy. And that's fine, you know? We don't expect Ethan to be an expert on the topic. Ethan was...
I can't get over the fact that Ethan made fun of Idubbbz tattoos, whose tattoos I actually think are cool, coming from a guy with some of the worst tattoos on the internet.
Obviously caught in this tricky situation where he is extremely sympathetic to the Israeli cause and what's happening to them. His wife's Israeli. She served in the IDF. He obviously likes the state of Israel. On the other hand, he's just got done capturing a massive progressive audience who are very politically savvy. They follow Hasan. Hasan is strictly a political streamer. So this is something they're very keyed into. So when they see Ethan say things that are just like not accurate and it's just propaganda, they're gonna call it out.
From the river to the sea essentially means the state of Israel is...
This is like the most sober take on this that I've heard in a long time. And it's just like kind of a normal guy's take on it. But also while being informed about the issues that Ethan was having and like his audience demographics that were changing.
Going bye-bye.
So this massive progressive audience that Ethan has, adopted over the years, they're becoming increasingly critical of his position because now he's talking about it not on Leftovers, he's now talking about it on his podcast.
What I want to do is show you guys how I see Israel, because you don't see that. When you listen to Hasan and you hear all these fucking mega lefties talking about it like it's some super racist, crazy, like Jim Crow style of society. Like, I can't wait to show you guys.
The other day, Bibi fired a really good guy that a lot of people are pissed about.
So Ethan is having this back and forth with his liberal audience, leftist people online, progressive content creators, Hasan, all of these different people. He's finding new people every day, basically, to get in fights with.
Of all people, this guy, Matt Lieb, Frogan and Denims and all these dipshits, and everybody thinks this guy's awesome, apparently.
Hey, he's in the video.
Even though he looks
Awesome.
like Millhouse, fucking dork. Denims, by the way, was the real villain of the video. Evil, hateful fucking... And I'll say it and I'll double down on it. And people... Oh, no?
No,
Did I not go there?
And it's all culminated, at least for my story, in Ethan burning bridges with people until he burned the bridge with me. Since Ethan and Hasan's falling out, I've been keeping to myself.
And also, it's an important aspect of the story to think about the bridges that he's been building during this time, which is bridges with Trump supporters, basically. Steiny, Bradley Martin, he's playing poker with all of these guys like Jorge Masvidal, who's a huge Trump supporter. Bunch of other like shitty guys. He's literally doing poker events streaming on X, which he claims is a Nazi platform, and that's why he's not on X. And then the poker events that he's promoting is being streamed on X. So yeah, these are the bridges that he's building, while he's breaking and burning bridges with literally everyone who's like progressive to just liberal or leftist. Yeah, you can clearly see a shift in his audience.
I don't have many nice things to say. Maybe if Ethan's able to get some help, maybe if he stops harassing other creators, maybe if he does these things.
Oh yeah, Keemstar too. That's a good
find
point.
Peace, and we can like rekindle our friendship. So that's been my approach. I've occasionally thrown a joke Ethan's way in the form of Hasan Piker versus Ethan Klein for boxing.
I like Idubbbz. He's a good guy, but I don't like this stupid. It's not a fucking petty beef. It's like this guy is evil and he's doing anti-Semitism. And also he's...
Even though when AB said, call Hasan Piker, Ethan said, that's more of a personal thing. That's more of a personal issue. So he's not willing to talk to Hasan, but he is willing to talk to Dan Bilzerian.
Way out of my weight class.
He didn't like that, but fucking sometimes you gotta just throw something out there. I used to work with this video editor named Froggy Tonic. I discovered him because he was in the circles online that I was in. And one of those circles is an H3 fan. He watched Ethan's content, he liked Ethan's content, until he didn't like Ethan's content. There would be an occasional Froggy tweet where I'd be like, I agree with that, you know? Like, I'm not gonna endorse it, I'm not gonna retweet it or like it, but fair enough.
I guess I just missed my old friend. Some wings are too bird feathered colored.
Now that brings us to February 28th of this year. Now, my former editor of a year and a half ago did say some truly mean shit. He called Hila the C word. He said they're trying to kill their dog with cheddar cheese and a bunch of other shit, I'm sure.
So stupid.
Ethan, at some point...
Wait, and it was... The dog's name was Shredder, right? Like, it... Shredder cheese? Like, is it a joke? The dog's name was Shredder, am I right? Or... Do I have that correct? And they fed it a lot of, like, did they feed it cheese because his name was Shredder? And it's just like, oh, haha, shredded cheese. Like, is that what's happened? It's such a stupid meme, but I can't get over it.
Discovers that Idubbbz' former editor says this horrendous shit about him and Hila. But no one's asking the question, where does Ethan get this information from? You see, it would be very obviously a problem if Ethan was discovering his content.
I'm not laughing at a dead dog, I swear.
Looking for something to upset himself with. He has maybe set it up in such a way where his employees feel the need to send him this information. And that would be horrible. They shouldn't be doing that. They should be sending you things that are entertaining for your show that don't fucking trigger the hell out of you. Why is there so much work being put into discovering this guy on Twitter who's barely getting any interactions, linking him to me and posting on the Reddit, when there's no work being put into who the fuck is the person on the Reddit who's posting this in the first place? If you do a little bit of research, it seems like it's an account whose intention is to make Ethan crash out. One of the users on the Snark Reddit points this out. They're like, I've seen this account before. This account has scraped its history, and it's now trying to make Ethan burn bridges. This is within Ethan's own community. Like, this is the thing that he needs to be critical of. It's not me. So yes, I am willing to admit that my former editor was being very nasty, uncharitable, and fucked up towards Ethan and Hila on Twitter. But Ethan and Hila are doing the same shit on their podcast. So I don't want to fucking hear it.
Terrorist supporter.
The CEO of Twitch.
Pedophile.
Now I'm going to watch and respond to the 2 podcast streams where Ethan and Hila call up.
Those aren't even out of context clips. Like, you don't need any more context than that. Ethan just makes jokes that Dan Clancy is a pedophile for no reason whatsoever. He's just like, oh yeah, and he's probably a pedophile too. And his staff is like, oh my god, Ethan, shut the fuck up. Like, you're the one suing people for defamation all these times.
Spineless cowards.
Anyway, this guy was saying shit like that Hila's a Nazi, that she kills kids, that she went on like, she's a IDF baby killer, all this types of shit. And that's showing up right up on us Nisa's and Idubbbz feed. My good fucking friends who I stood by after all these fucking years can't find a spine to speak up. You know why? Because they'll get murdered.
You don't know what...
This is actually crazy. I didn't really know that... Like, I knew Destiny's community was egging Ethan on because, obviously, they love to just tear things down and watch Ethan self-destruct. But I didn't know that... specifically, they were targeting, like, the Froggy Tonic guy, and that's what got Ethan so triggered about Idubbbz and Anissa. So he's mad because an editor... He's mad because an editor was posting stuff about Ethan and they didn't like call out their former editor. So that's what he's saying is he's mad about. Damn, Destiny's community, they're pretty good. They're pretty good at doing psyops.
It's on my feed. What the fuck is happening? For all you know, I only use the For You tab. For all you know, I only use lists. For all you know, I'm seeing these things tweeted out by my editor of a year and a half ago and saying, God, that is nasty. I'm just not gonna throw someone away because they're having a parasocial weird moment. Just like I'm not going to throw Ethan Klein away because he's having a parasocial weird crash out.
How many women I fucked? Hasan, by the way, thousands. Yeah, thousands. Let me ask Galia. These shoes do not go. I'm sorry. Oh my god. Hasan's the type of dude who looks.
This compilation is amazing. This was a long time coming. Ethan Klein like salivating over Hasan and his sexual prowess.
Self in the mirror when he has sex.
Watching me on a 30-second delay on your stream.
Wait, that's what I'm... Wait, how does he know I'm watching already?
Because you've been talking about it for the last 5 minutes.
It's not a fucking petty beef. It's like, this guy is evil and he's doing anti-Semitism. These shoes do not go. I'm sorry.
There are many people, I'm sure, who have unfollowed you for the things that you have said and done. And I'm sure there are even more people who have stayed following you because they don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater. They don't want to throw someone away because they've had some
Garlic Fries, thank you so much for the super
We're
chat.
all fucking human.
My good fucking friends who I stood by after all these fucking years can't find a spine to speak up. You know why? Because they'll get murdered.
And what you're saying to me is that I'm a bad friend and I'm a piece of shit. I'm spineless. I'm cowardly because I am following someone on Twitter.
Because they have mobilized such an insane harassment group. It's not bad enough that I have this group of people harassing me and everyone in my life. It's that people outside of this group, journalists, creators, are actively participating in this gaslighting to make it seem like I'm fucking crazy.
I mean, I don't know what he's getting at here. Like, yeah, people are gaslighting you. A lot of people gaslit me when I apologized. That was actually like the #1 type of harassment I got was people gaslighting me and taking my newfound woke ideology to its extreme.
I probably done and stood by Idubbbz and Anissa more than anybody. I've stood by them.
Yeah, more than anybody.
Hated them.
I don't like that Ethan brought this up because it makes
It's funny because it's literally that's literally what Ethan said in his prelude to watching the video. When he found out that Idubbbz made a video about him, he said the exact same thing.
Transactional, like, you know, we're just meant to support each other online despite our own personal morals or principles.
But I'll say this, I don't think they're fucking any friends of mine. And certainly, I don't think they're any fucking friends of mine based on the text conversation I had with them too before I even talked about it. So I have nothing. Like, I don't need any fucking halfway friends, man.
I thought the text conversation that I had with him was very empathetic. I basically just said, like, I know you and Hila are experiencing a ton of harassment, and I essentially empathize with that, and I think there's something positive to get out of the conversation. But he refused to talk on the phone unless I was willing to publicly say something about my former editor and denims. As much as you don't want halfway friends, I also don't want that kind of halfway friend. I don't want someone who's going to give me like an ultimatum to have a conversation.
Could you not say something when this is like, imagine like one of you guys is like...
Wait, that's literally what he did to Hasan too. You have to watch the content, Nuke, otherwise I'm not going to have a conversation with you. That's pretty funny.
Hasan actually wants to go to Gaza so he can strangle Israeli babies or some shit like that. I'd be like, you imagine me not saying something.
You're trying to make a one-to-one comparison where there isn't one. This guy that I follow on Twitter is not in the same relationship as you and one of your current employees who is streaming with you 3 days a week, 3 hours a day for the past 10 years. At one point during the stream, Ethan and Hila bring up Adam McIntyre. Now, Adam does basically the same thing as my former editor. He's critical.
You missed Ian fucking the dunny in the intro immediately after Ethan said it was a real friend gift. Timing was perfect. Did I watch that? Thank you for the super chat, Wayne Kerr. Did I watch that or did I just not get to that part yet? Like, I'm gonna have to rewatch his entire reaction to it. I just don't have time to today. But yeah, I need to watch the reaction because that was hilarious.
Of Ethan and Hila, and he is sometimes uncharitable and nasty towards them.
Adam McIntyre needs to just like disappear. That guy is a piece of shit, like of the lowest order. I never even stood by him when he talked bad about Trisha having a kid and called him like the spawn of Satan. He was supposedly on our side. I would never even co-sign that. I was disgusted by that statement too. I remember when he called her kid the spawn of Satan.
I never said anything
and
like
I was
that.
supposed to be like cheering on, but I wasn't going to cheer that on. That's disgusting.
Why do we forget that he called her children, which is something we would never do, the spawn of Satan?
It's disgusting.
And
a piece of shit of a human.
It's just incredible who ends up being the good guys in this story. You know, it's really something.
Unfortunately, they never made a statement. They never said that they disagree with his statements about Trisha's baby until it's useful. Like, what is it, 3 years later? Like, I mean, you're talking about it like you were aware of it at the time and that there was some amount of pressure or enthusiasm for you to get down with that. And what it sounds like to me is that you did see it at the time and you were like, ooh, I don't like that. And you didn't endorse it and you didn't fuck with it. Huh. It's almost like that is a fucking identical situation to me.
It's just incredible who ends up being the good guys in this story. You know, it's really something.
So yeah, the reason I'm bringing this up is because they're trying to like paint themselves as the good guys and they're saying like, yeah, we strongly disavow things that are said, even about our enemies. We are the most immoral people on the internet. Unlike Ian and Anissa, who are fucking keeping to themselves. Also, why the fuck does Olivia get the pass?
What a fucking asshole for putting you in that position, Olivia. You're friends with him. And you don't have to say anything, but like, what a fucking piece of shit. What a bad friend to put you in that position just for some fucking clout.
That is
people
funny.
Angry at you, like, oh, how can she be friends with him? Which is total bullshit, okay? Olivia did not do anything. And
I want the pass. Do I have to be an employee to get that treatment? Because then you'll just see me as an ally?
I mean, once again, it's interesting because like Donald Trump and Ethan Klein have a lot in common, the least of which is, or not the least of which being their hypocrisy and their willingness to forego the truth and reality in favor of whatever makes them feel good. And so obviously, like, Ethan Klein is full of hypocrisy. I think the joke's been made countless times. It's like hypocrisy, H3. But yeah, like this is just pointing out Ethan's hypocrisy. And it's just really reminds me of Donald Trump, where if you're in Ethan's circle, you can do and say anything you want as long as it's like in service of Ethan, just as just the same as it is for Donald Trump. If you're in Trump's circle, you can do and say whatever you want, regardless of the truth, regardless if you are being completely hypocritical and saying like one thing one day and then completely changing your position for the next day. And it's the same with Ethan Klein. It's like, oh, wow, you don't have to say anything about it because you're one of the good ones, but I can't believe that he didn't say anything about it. So he's actually like horrible for not saying something about it. But you don't need to say something about it. You don't need to say anything about someone not saying something about it.
Or is it because Ethan is afraid of wrongful termination accusations and lawsuits?
And also, I don't mind putting my friend Olivia, who's apparently my real friend, in a terribly weird, fucking uncomfortable situation where you end up getting hate for no reason.
Also, don't frame it as like other people making it hard on Olivia. You're making it hard on all of these people. Please acknowledge your role in this whole fucking thing. Like, it's crazy how warm Ethan is to Olivia and saying how Olivia is essentially just a victim in this whole thing.
It gets people angry at you, like, oh, how can she be friends with him? Which is total bullshit.
But me and Anissa are spineless. Ethan, your whole system is scrambled. My intention isn't to throw the employees under the bus. Like, you guys serve as the fucking foundation for calling out Ethan's hypocrisy on the whole subject. And I know that you guys have probably pushed back against Ethan over the years. How often are you supposed to do that? Do you have to do that every fucking week? It kind of seems like it. And that's exhausting. I don't want to confront my boss. It's not my fucking job to confront my boss and say, today's segment on rapists and pedophiles on Twitch was not my favorite segment to be a part of.
Yeah, friends like these.
Oh, yeah. And our other good friends.
Yeah.
Anissa and Ian. Thanks, Anissa, for standing up for your girl. I actually stood up for you so many times because, like, why would I not? It was crazy.
Yeah, why would you not? I mean, if that's truly what you believed and you weren't just going to use it later.
Of course I was going to stand by you. That's insane. It's absolutely insane and disgusting. But now you choose to hang out with people that would have a problem with you if you defended me.
I'm not going to assume that Hila knows, but I'll say it for anyone who doesn't know. Anissa is half Lebanese and half Irish. For anyone unfamiliar, the Irish have been on the receiving end of a lot of oppression and genocide. On the part of the Lebanese, they've received a lot of oppression and attacks from the IDF. So Anissa is very well familiar with the propaganda and the shit coming out of Israel. Choosing now, out of all the times, to be like, please defend me. No, we're not gonna fucking defend you.
Rudy was saying that Palestinians are taught at 2 years old to kill Americans.
Do we have that one?
Man,
like,
just the other day, BB
Bro,
fired
Hila is
a
like
really good guy that a lot of people are.
I mean, Hila is probably more than an ethno-state enthusiast. We'll just leave it at that. So yeah, I think Idubbbz like raises some valid points. Why the fuck would they defend her when there's an active genocide going on that she's done nothing but run defense for?
Are pissed about?
He looked mean. I thought he was mean just because he looked mean.
No, it's not.
So yes, you caught us. We're not gonna run to your defense.
Guys, one thing that I noticed, I think it was last week. This was fucking brutal. Steiny goes on to their show. It was like last week or the week before. Steiny goes on to their show. He's like trying to date Olivia because he's a piece of shit that I guess can't hold a steady relationship. So he's like trying to date Olivia, and he's like, I swear. Or Ethan's like, oh yeah, was your girlfriend here last time? And he's like, yeah, bro, she was in the studio. And he's like, besides, I think Hila was in the studio too. And Steiny said, besides Olivia and Lena, my girlfriend is the hottest girl that's ever been in the studio. And it's like, bro, Ethan's wife is right there. Say, besides you three, she's Steiny's ex. He doesn't need to like puff up her. He doesn't need to like blow her up and big up her and talk about how great she is. She's your ex, dude. You just broke up with her, and you're like, besides two out of the three women in this room, she was the hottest girl that's ever been here. I'm like, dude, that's actually like a horrible thing that he just said. He's literally like looking at Hila, and he's like, two out of the 3 women in this room were hotter than my girlfriend. I'm like, holy shit, dude, that's horrible. That was horrible. I do not get it. He's basically saying Olivia's hotter than his girlfriend, Lena's hotter than his girlfriend, but his girlfriend is hotter than Hila Klein.
When, I don't know, we follow people, we be following. That's one fucked up thing that you can say about Anissa and I is when we're on Twitter, we do be following.
So
the problem.
Okay, if you want to hang out with those people and have no spine and not stand up for another girl that stood up for you, enjoy your new friends.
She's friends with people like Denims.
I know. Yeah.
Which I'll
she's
show.
friends with
Denims is
Denim.
actually participating in this whole child protective service lie.
Yeah.
Which I'll
and if
show you
you're
guys
friends
in a
with
bit.
them, then you're seeing what they're saying.
Oh my god, Galia was there too. I didn't even notice. Dude, just like that's such a crazy thing to say. It's so like it's funny because he's obviously trying to impress Olivia, but he's too much of like a fuckboy to not comment on Lena because it's like, oh, she's hot too, and then he doesn't even register that Hila and Galia were there too. It's like it'd be one thing if he's like, besides Olivia, my girlfriend was the hottest woman that's ever been in here. That'd be one thing because he's trying to like date her or whatever. But then he throws in Lena. And then at that point, you gotta just like include everyone else there too. That's so fucking bad. And Ethan doesn't even mention it. He's like, yeah, I know. Yeah, I see what you're talking about.
You'll notice that Ethan and Hila start talking about this Denims character. Originally, the complaint...
Don't insult Fred Armisen like that. Come on, man. Don't insult my boy Fred.
was about my former editor. He's been chatting shit about Ethan and Hila for the past year at least. They only care about it now because I guess it was spoon-fed to them via their Reddit that's clearly looking out for them. Now, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. We are friends with Denims, but I would say it's the same level of friendship that we had with Ethan and Hila. It's like kind of an internet friendship. We think that she's a good person like we think Ethan and Hila are good people. Kind of a tricky situation. How can you possibly think that they're both good people at their core? People can have crash out moments. People can say things that they don't mean. People can say things because they want internet clout and attention. I don't know, I think they're both probably guilty of saying things that they don't mean for internet clout and attention. Right now, one's a little bit more fucking nasty to me than the other.
I just don't see how you can be my friend and also be friends with someone like that.
Well, you can't. So I already forgot about you.
I actually have a lot of friendships that are kind of that way, where it's like, you know, one of the friends doesn't fuck with the other friend, but there is someone in the middle who kind of fucks with both of them, but separately. Yeah, there's a lot of friendships that kind of fuck.
What a love triangle. What a love triangle. Holy shit. 3 fucking cursed images.
Fucks with both of them, but separately. Yeah, there's a lot of friendships that are like that. I'm not gonna make you guys like meet up and kiss or anything. I get it. You guys are in fucking... You're either my best friend who's deep-throating me to the base of my cock, or you are Satan. You're the Davil.
The last thing I said to Anissa, we were texting before I ever talked about it. She's like, I don't care about this guy. He's a nobody and, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, then you'll have no problem publicly denouncing it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, the conversation ended.
She never replied.
Ethan, you can't even phrase it in a way that doesn't make you sound like you're being coercive and shitty. Well, then, you should have no problem publicly denouncing it, right? Does that sound like a friend? It kind of sounds like something a powerful villain would say.
But it was so funny.
I mean, it's so funny. It's okay. To borrow a phrase from Hila Klein, it's so funny that Ethan's literally just admitted to doing the exact same thing with Lena on his show, offering to buy out her contract so she doesn't have to associate with these guys. And that was even before this content cop came out that like really just completely nuked the bridge between Ethan and Idubbbz. But maybe we'll see some bridge burning. All right, I'm gonna pause less.
She immediately went to comment everywhere, like on our subreddit. She immediately had to comment like, "Oh, he doesn't work with us anymore."
Then
but that was it. That's all she said.
But then say that you don't.
Okay. Do you have anything else to say for your friends, though?
One of the reasons Anissa was so quick to clarify things in your Reddit is because your Reddit was already talking about who this editor is, and they were spreading misinformation that it was our co-host on our podcast, Uncle Dane. So yeah, the last thing we wanted is this guy getting pulled into this mess, and you guys don't give a fuck. Would it have been nicer and more supportive to say, we don't agree with the things he's saying and we support Ethan and Hila? Sure. Like, yeah, that would have been a nicer thing to say. Our silence means something. It means that we would like to pause this relationship until you figure your shit out. And then maybe we can find a moment in time, I don't know how long it'll be, but a moment in time in the future where things are a little bit easier to broach. I don't think we need to do it right now, but you've insisted that this is an important thing to address. I would have been perfectly fine with you not blasting me on your Instagram story. I would have been perfectly fine with you not blasting me and my wife on your podcast.
I mean, bro, this is so devastating because it's not even like getting, like Noah Samson's video was very specifically about genocide and getting into the minutia of how media and propagandists facilitate genocide. He described the genocide that was happening, and then he talked about the way that people facilitate it, or he would say like support it or endorse it or whatever. But basically facilitate it, allow it to continue running, and run propaganda defense for it. That was a very like in the weeds technical video about a pretty, like, even though it's a genocide that our country's supporting, it's still a pretty niche subject in terms of the internet and people knowing the ins and outs of it. I think the majority of Americans at this point understand Israel's undergoing a genocide, but specifically talking about how if you refer to it as a war, that's like doing propaganda for it. If you're talking about how like great Israel is, doing atrocity propaganda, and then applying all of that to Ethan Klein, that's pretty niche. And Noah's video got almost like 1 million views. I think it got like 800,000 views. But this is devastating because it's like interpersonal interactions that can be applied to anyone. Anyone can put themselves in the position of Idubbbz and be like, yeah, this guy isn't someone that I would want to hang out with. This is a much more personal attack on Ethan Klein's character than anything Noah Samson did. I mean, not to mention that it's like getting more views in Noah Samson's video, but it's also attacking it in a way that's much more relatable than what Noah Samson's doing. And people don't need to have this like knowledge that they've accumulated over the 17 months of genocide. They just need to have knowledge of like interpersonal relationships where they felt awkward. And we're almost halfway through this, and it really is just painting Ethan Klein as this like spiteful, vindictive, petty person that can't just be the bigger man and let things go.
Twice. I would be fine with you not brigading my comment section on my podcast that gets 3,000 views a week because I prefer to not do harassment campaigns and instead talk about Vampire's Kiss.
Like they say something like he doesn't work for me, and I strongly disagree, and I support Ethan and Hila. The problem is
that she doesn't.
That's the problem.
That's the problem.
She actually
thinks they have a point.
That's the problem.
Yeah. So go fuck yourself.
I agree.
Go fuck yourself. What about your girl? This is what I'm talking about. This aggression that you're putting out into the world. What the fuck do you think we're gonna do? You think I'm gonna fucking sit on my hands when you do this shit? Like, this is nasty. We had such a fair response to what you guys were going through. We don't support harassment. It's a bad thing, but it happens, and you're perpetuating it.
You fucking propagandist, lying scumbag, terrorist supporter. He probably sets up a mirror and jerks off watching himself. Dan KKK Clancy has a similar view of Hitler. Because Dan Clancy, the Nazi, fucking anti-Semite.
You can't expect other people to stop harassing you if you continue to harass people. Let's think about it on a micro level. Have you ever been in a comment section and found someone to argue with? It doesn't stop. It can literally go on forever if you don't want to touch grass.
I mean, yeah, this was kind of like a line.
This is an argument I've made about Ethan too. It's like, just fucking stop interacting with it. Stop giving people attention and then it's gonna die down. Like, you're picking at the scab. You're not letting it heal. You're continuously going after it, and that's giving people more content to react to. And because they're getting a rise out of you, you're encouraging them for that. That's why I was so shocked when he made such a big deal about CPS coming to his house. It's like, rule number 1 of being on YouTube: never give any kind of like harassment, death threats, swatting, other harassment campaigns. Never give that the light of day, because that's just encouraging them. That's rewarding them for their bad behavior. I mean, he's just such a toxic person, and like his channel is so toxic all around.
Today, that should never be crossed, even by like the most cynical, toxic people. It's going to have ramifications in terms of how I conduct myself. In terms of these fair weather friends who are, you know, so happy to be friends as long as they're getting something out of it.
Ethan, that is a rich thing to say. Like, you're the H3 podcast, okay? There's a lot of friends of the show. There's even more fair weather friends of the show. Let's not get into this shit, okay? That is so bizarre and insulting to suggest that I was only ever being friends with you to get something out of it. No, I'm friendly with you, and I'd say I'm a light friend because it's been pleasant hanging out with you. I've enjoyed your content over the years. And as of late, it's gotten really fucking shitty.
Yeah, so go fuck yourself.
I agree.
Who else? Who else do we want to burn today?
Who else do
Sam Cedar's another one I want to burn.
Making it so fucking obvious that this is your emotional dumping ground. It's horrible. This is not what podcasts are. There was a way to approach this to say like, yeah, we feel hurt by you guys not saying something. You've decided to do the extra thing and attack. Now, in fairness, I am attacking back, but I feel very insulted, and I feel defensive, and I feel like I am speaking up for a lot of people who have problems with you, and a lot of people who have been on the receiving end of your harassment.
It's so easy to be anti-racist. Everybody's anti-racist. Racism is the worst thing in the world, right? We fucking hate racists. Fuck racists.
Microaggressions.
The minute that they actually have to stick their neck out for somebody, the minute they have to actually risk something to put themselves in under scrutiny, to sacrifice something personally to stand up for racism, then all of a sudden it's like, hey, I don't want to get involved.
And that's drama.
How much do you care?
I don't do drama.
How much do you actually care? Isn't that the whole point? Like,
I realize that Ethan and Hila are more scared now than they've probably ever been. I feel like anti-Semitism is a thought in their heads now more than ever. And it's not completely unjustified to be thinking about that sometimes. You guys are just hurt, and you're kind of like dancing around and making very like loose, poorly thought out analogies for something that doesn't even apply to us. It's like me making this video is the standing up for something, and it's saying, fuck you, you guys are being bad. You know, I don't think you're bad people, but you're being bad. You're behaving poorly. You're hurting people.
I mean, go back to the civil rights. You think that the people who are like the white kids who are protesting with the black students, you think that they were just like not risking anything? Those kids who are marching with the black students and...
So in Ethan's analogy, he's the black student.
I don't even know what he's talking about here.
But I'm the white.
He's saying that people that aren't risking things are just like fair weather activists. I mean, just once again, Donald Trump is literally deporting people for their social media being critical of him. I think that people posting content online right now are risking things. Ethan hasn't really been too critical of Trump, so I usually use a mouse, but I have this drawing tablet, so I'm using that now, and I'm gonna see if it's working out.
student that's not, marching by his side. I'm not doing the difficult thing. You're gonna have to march on your own, black student.
Marching with the black students and...
I mean, why is it inspiring? Why is it inspiring?
Well, and it's the same thing, to bring it back to Hasan just because, but it kind of is the same thing. Like, I was thinking about going to Gaza until I found out it's dangerous. He's a total performative activist that doesn't give a single fuck about the cause.
It's been performed exquisitely. Harassing one...
Come on, say that, include the clip of Ethan saying he's done more for Palestinians than Hasan has done by voting for Kamala Harris.
Person and seamlessly transitioning into harassing another one. If anyone's been watching for the past fucking year, I'm pretty sure they have a good idea of your feelings about Hasan.
Like, people like Anissa are the perfect example because she's friends with these people. She's friends with Denims. Denims is streaming this story about our kid
I'll show that, yeah.
getting Giarda from the dog, whatever.
I'm sorry. I'll accept this position from anyone except you guys. You have laid the groundwork for this type of streaming, which is watching people's shit and giving your unfiltered reaction to it. Why would you expect Anissa, of all people, to say something to Denims? Okay, so by that logic, we should be saying shit to you guys all the time. But I have a feeling you guys wouldn't like if we said shit like that to you all the time. Yeah, we've been respecting you as independent content creators. You can do what you want. We'll treat you as adults. Maybe we shouldn't have been treating you as adults.
She could say so much, and it would make her a little bit uncomfortable, right? It's not comfortable. She'll get a little bit of shit.
Yeah, just for
but
saying
that would be commendable.
And by the way, it kind of speaks for itself that saying, hey, their house is claimed, they're,
Denims is streaming right now.
They're actually good people, like that's going to get you shit. That kind of says it all, doesn't it?
There isn't a single person that I respect who would give a fuck if I publicly said that Ethan and Hila are great with their kids, Ethan and Hila didn't kill their dog, and Ethan and Hila wipe their asses or don't have giardia or whatever the prompt is. No one would care. The only person who would care is me, because I'm like, why did I tweet this out? I'm not tweeting out because I'm not your fucking lapdog. That's why I'm not tweeting it out. I'm not saying it to my audience because I don't give a fuck. It's not my business.
That's, in my opinion, doing something that's difficult and standing by your principles. That's the whole point. That's what makes standing by your principles admirable, is that it's not always easy.
Why are you saying that I'm not standing up for my principles when you don't even know what they are? I get, like, we're a little bit past directly naming me, so we might have gone off on a tangent. If you maybe accepted the phone call and we talked about it, you could have asked me, hey, what are your principles? And I can tell you the way I've been behaving is exactly in line with my principles. Now we're going to talk about the BDS list. We're going to start off with Frogan because obviously this is like as bad as it gets. If you're following Frogan, that can only mean that you're anti-Ethan. Oh, this is not a good start. Love of the H3 podcast. You are following Frogan, so that means that you are anti-Ethan. Sam, Morg Pie, friend of the show. Olivia, Ian, Daily Dose of Internet is anti-Ethan. Jesus.
Daily Dose of Internet is following her.
Comment etiquette. Oh shit, Asmongold's in here? Asmongold follows Frogan? No, Asmon. That means you're anti-Ethan. That's fucked up. We're gonna wanna avoid these creators at the top of the list, but one tier below them are the creators who associate with them. They're essentially endorsing all of their statements. You got me, you got Anissa, I think Hasan's in there. You'd think that Hasan would be on the top of the BDS list, but that's not the case. Hasan provides additional value for people. Ethan can turn a blind eye to people collaborating with Hasan because that's what he did. You gotta be the lowest of the low to be associating with the Frogans and the Denims of the world. To associate with Hasan, that just makes sense because he's famous and he's got a massive fan base. Also, Ethan still follows Hasan on Instagram, so Hasan is in his feed.
And that's showing up right up on Anissa's and Idubbbz feed.
It's important to remember that this is a living document and people can be removed or put onto it depending on how Ethan's feeling that day. You have this other tier of creators that exist below Hasan but are still anti-Ethan, but Ethan really doesn't doesn't want to bring your attention to these ones because it's kind of unpopular, you know? A lot of them are famous. It's no coincidence that Ethan stays silent when these powerful, popular men are supporting Hasan. It's because Ethan is a coward. He's a bitch-made coward. I think
God damn, bro. I mean, I'm not gonna be surprised if Ethan didn't make it all the way to here, because this is just brutal. Throw Sam Cedar up there. Yeah, Sam Cedar's literally done like multiple interviews with Hasan. Sam Cedar is apparently someone that Ethan respects, although I don't know how long that's gonna last. But holy shit, yeah, this is a pretty brutal takedown.
Ethan has an unreasonable amount of respect for these comedians because they have power, they're quick, and I think he knows that they don't fuck with his ideology. But he's gonna keep that to himself because the last thing that he wants to discover is that people that he respects and looks up to, they don't fuck with him.
Bill Burr came on. It was like the worst fucking show. It was just horrible. That was like my lowest moment on podcast history. We could talk about Bill Burr, ruined my life. Bill Burr made Ethan go on Lexapro. I was prescribed it and it was in my bedside. And then it was the Bill Burr episode that made me finally start.
When Stavros goes on Hasan's stream and he mocks your content nuke.
I actually saw a really interesting video about you, man, and I don't know that I'm even comfortable being here anymore.
Oh, no.
It really kind of shed light on you in a way.
Yeah.
You kind of like have leftist politics and stuff like that, and I actually feel betrayed.
Yeah,
and so I'm actually just here to let you know this is the last time I'm ever coming.
You don't fire back because you're coping. So you're just
why
going to tuck
didn't
your
he
tail
talk
between
about
your
that?
legs and never mention on your podcast that mentions everything. You're bringing up some fucking connection I have on Twitter. Someone mocks you on a stream, you're not touching it. Fuck you, you're a coward. It's just his job. It's just what he does for his job. You know, he doesn't mean it. We're actually good friends. You know, he makes fun of everyone. It's not just me, right? Oh, also, I can't forget about Matt Lieb. Matt Lieb is in this like middle tier. His valuable association is Rhett and Link. So Rhett and Link, conveniently, are also in this category of popular and powerful men who Ethan does not want to burn bridges with. Although, he's sniffing around.
This guy, Matt Lieb, he works for Good Mythical Morning. Of all people, this guy, Matt Lieb, who apparently is a producer for Good Mythical Morning. Well, this guy works for Good Mythical Morning, acting like he's wholesome, and he's bringing on somebody that wants to kill my wife, or in a video game. And I think he should be fired, frankly. And I hope he is fired. He's pathetic, and he interviewed basically a terrorist.
I think Ethan only respects power right now, which is one of the reasons I made this video in the first place, is because he thinks I'm weak. He thinks a lot of these other creators that he's gone out of his way to attack, he thinks that they're weak, and he thinks they're a target that he can bully, he can manipulate, he can send lawsuits to, and I want him to know that we're not going to be bullied. You're being a piece of shit, and we're going to call you out.
So here's the button. You've got a
God damn, dude, this is so biting because it's like, it's just unimpeachable. The guy, he's not reaching too far. He's just like, yeah, Ethan's going after smaller content creators. He's listing examples of larger, more powerful people that Ethan's just been like a bitch about and not even mentioned them once. Like, did he mention any time that Hasan went on Theo Von's show? Did he say anything about Stavros Halkias making fun of making fun of Ethan's magnum opus, where he's like, this is the best video that I've ever made in my entire life? No, he hasn't said shit about it. Also, what's up, dude? Like, I think your cease and desist letter is about to expire. Are you on that? Are you getting ready to actually put your money where your mouth is and sue Noah Samson? Also, yeah, I mean, it's just he's just roasting him, man. And once again, this is very like easily digestible. Oh, Ethan makes fun about a random TikToker, but he's not willing to make fun of Stavros Halkias or Theo Von.
Video, and you've got an audio. We're hitting both.
Bro, the editing on this video is crazy. They have so many clips.
Yes. There's no point.
Let's leave.
Yeah, there's no need.
Yeah.
'cause I don't want to. But shit, like, how pathetic are you? Don't worry if you don't have it all now. I'll garnish your wages. I don't like pedophile. Like the Eye of Sauron. I see you.
This is amazing.
Cockroach. You'll be living with your parents for a lot longer, buddy. Yes, please. I want to be a good Jew. I'm a good Jew. Please, guys, please.
That was fine. Yeah, I don't think it was that.
That was fine.
Big a deal.
He did the button in today's
It always
episode.
surprises me what you think crosses the line.
Well, I looked at Olivia and she's like, yes, do it.
Now let's talk about the button. Ethan got this button, or kill switch, as a response to the controversy with Cutie Cinderella. He was not able to control himself in that moment, and instead of figuring out how he can change his behavior, he spent $20,000.
Dan and Ela were like, we would kill button that right now if we could. I can't change who I am.
I know. That's why the kill button is on its way.
That's it. See, exactly.
He uses the button for everything. If his jokes don't land, he's hitting the button.
It was being presented as if the Jordan crying thing.
I hit the button.
Why?
I don't think I needed to, but you guys were giving me crickets, so I panicked.
If he's insecure about getting something wrong, he's
Oh,
hitting the
what?
button.
He hits the button for people not finding his jokes funny? Oh my god, I'd rather have him do some truly unhinged shit than that. That's just sad.
What on this frame could Ethan have responded to? Perhaps the country flag that he got wrong? Maybe. I don't know.
If he goes on a problematic tirade, he's hitting the button.
Before, look how sad. But yeah, it's not just that. Like their eyes are like big. I think you guys are wrong on this one. I think you guys are all wrong on this one.
I don't think he's unique in hitting the button. I think if all of us had buttons, we'd hit the button all the time. But if you don't have it, you operate differently. You think about what you're saying. You maybe plan for your show a little bit more. You maybe say, I'm not going to have my podcast be an emotional dumping ground for today. You instead say, ooh, it's important that we stay on topic. Also, the H3 community and Ethan himself use the phrase Goblin mode all the time to excuse a lot of his
what is
behavior
Goblin
or
mode?
make it seem less bad.
I've been diagnosed with Goblin mode, actually.
By claiming that what happens is he just gets into this like uncontrolled state he refers to as Goblin mode.
I do not call myself Goblin mode.
Yeah, oh, yeah, that's what you did.
Goblin mode? Is that what you're calling Tourette's now?
To all victims of Goblin mode, I would like to issue an apology.
You are Goblin mode today. You're Goblin mode. Look how many times you paused the
I'm trying, bro.
And I don't
Doesn't Goblin mode just mean that he's like? Doesn't Goblin mode just mean that he's being a dick? What's the deal with Oh, is that what you're making fun of Tourette syndrome now by saying Goblin mode? When Mika's rhetoric says it, all of a sudden it's a ableist slur. But every other time that Ethan uses it or one of his friends uses it to describe him, it's that he's just like being an asshole.
I like the idea that you're defending yourself and the little guy by going Goblin mode when a big corporation or a big entity is trying to attack you.
Like, if you fuck me over, if you steal money from me, if you patronize me, if you do any of this shit like you're trying to do to me, to treat me like a fucking idiot, I'm crazy, dude. I've gone fucking Goblin mode over way less.
But you not thinking about what you're saying, not, reflecting on your behavior, not changing your behavior, that's not Goblin mode. That's being a child. Let's talk about the crew. I think the crew has been put in the worst working environment that you possibly can be for a fucking podcast. Every crew member has it bad. To be around Ethan, period, would be a nightmare right now.
I'm standing by every fucking syllable of that, okay? What she did was abhorrent. And by the way,
I want Goblin mode.
Listen, your critique of her is correct. It's just, people are sensitive about women being called that word, and so.
Like, how pathetic are you?
Oh, thank you for the donation, Chicano Lefty. Goblin mode, why don't you just call me a Zionist? Okay, I need to pay more attention to chat.
Well, I'm not assuming his pronouns. And fuck all these people. Go ahead.
No,
and I'm
no.
not yelling at you. I'm just...
Kelly is a black woman, right?
Yes.
Maziel is a
Korean.
Oh, Dan, come on. You're being such a buzzkill. Yeah, I didn't know Korean. I asked if Koreans are POC. God.
You know, Dan's in the bathroom. Let's just not do this right now.
I asked if Korean people are POCs.
The one time the button didn't work and we listened to how he spoke to AB without thinking that the internet was going to hear it.
Listen
it
to
was
this.
rude, it was nasty, and it didn't have this caveat of like, I'm not mad at you. It was anger, and it was uncalled for.
Use they get access to cover most of it.
You're doing it.
What
You're
are
making
you
it
doing?
so awkward and terrible.
I'm sorry, I'm not.
Just like this is what I'm talking about when it's always like.
We need to get home for our kids.
It's like, bro.
Oh no, I didn't want to finish it right now. I just I'm about finishing Wednesday.
On Friday, maybe. Is it?
You guys, like.
All right, I'm taking my hand off the.
What?
Bro,
Okay,
that's
well,
so awkward.
thanks,
Holy
bud.
shit.
And he didn't want to take accountability for it. He immediately wanted to deflect, and he wanted to say that the button fucked him.
First of all, I appreciate the hard work.
I know
you've
you do,
done, and
I
I
know.
loved it, and I really enjoy it.
Now
But it's
he
like
comes
every time
crawling
we do
back.
it, it's like the show is what it is, and
I know.
it makes it.
I was being selfish.
No, dude, that button f***ed me, dude. Can you imagine that button f***ing me over
The
like
button
that?
fucked him?
The button fucked you? AB fucked you? Who fucked you? You fucked yourself by being an asshole. He makes it seem like he's not
Oh my
a
God.
tyrant of a
This
boss.
is the perfect tone you need to take
What
for
are you
Ethan,
doing?
too.
Awkward and terrible.
I appreciate the hard work.
I know
you've
you do,
done, and
I
I
know.
loved it, and I really enjoy it.
Dan, his producer, is constantly clarifying things on the air and making it clear that what Ethan said was a joke, Ethan is being overly defensive, or he's saying things that are like not true and he's exaggerating.
People saw that. They thought that that was what you searched to
I did
pull
not
up that
type
photo. So I'm just clarifying.
Thank you for clarifying. I appreciate you doing that. God forbid.
It's okay because I buttoned it.
Why?
Because
It's not that big of a deal, man.
just
Like,
your
how da-
inability to.
No. Hold on, Dan. How does it change anything? People knowing that we did it.
It's fun when it's a surprise.
Okay, well,
Well, you just asked how it changed
Surprise
things.
them on your show.
Okay. All right.
You know, I understand that that's his role, and he's, you know, Ethan's made that his job, or Dan's made it his job. Ethan leans on it so heavily, in the same way that he leans on the button. Ethan is leaning on all of these people to be adults and look after his behavior and give all of this emotional and empathetic energy for Ethan, but Ethan refuses to give it back to them. Also, let's talk about AB and Lena, two Lebanese employees, and you just continue to talk about the conflict like they don't exist. It would be nicer, a lot nicer, for you to shut the fuck up about it. You're allowed to do that.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Hezbollah
true.
in Syria alone killed double that much. All right, I'm going to move on. I just want to play Hasan talking about bad empanada.
Ethan doesn't want to change, and he wants to bring the entire crew down with him because he's putting them in this position every day, right? But it's more important that he gets this shit off his chest. It's more important that he dumps. We're all familiar with Goblin mode. Well, Ethan debuted a new mode recently.
And by the way, my ratio is pretty good. Like, I'm looking at like 20 Goblin modes to 1 too far. Demon mode, let's call it.
Oh no,
What
demon
makes
mode?
demon mode different than goblin mode is goblins aren't really like an intimidating, powerful force. If the goblin is persistent, it can get what it wants.
When I'm done with the
Is
other
this from
one,
D&D?
the big one that's dropping probably next week, my full attention is going to you, George. Like the Eye of Sauron. I see you. I see you out there, you fucking cockroach.
Ethan, the reason the internet
Bro,
got
that's so
behind
fucking
you
dark.
when you were being sued by Matt Haas or when you were being sued by Ryan Kavanaugh is because people saw you as the underdog. They saw you as the guy who's defending the common man.
I'm suing, and I cannot wait for you guys to read it. At the moment, we are writing 3 complaints for 3 people.
You are doing the classic rich asshole thing. You have a deficit of friends, you have a surplus of enemies. You feel really bad, you feel hurt, but you also have a surplus of money. So what can you do? You can use that money to bully and intimidate people. These public legal threats that you're making to fellow creators, these legal threats that you're making to people on Reddit, on Twitter, you're like, I'm hurt. These people are hurting me. What do I do to stop it? There's nothing I can do to stop it. I'm powerless. No, you have a ton of power, you have a ton of options, you have a ton of choice. That's exactly what you get for being filthy rich, is you can do all of these things.
I've never want to sue someone for defamation, but like at what point Like, at what point do you kind of fucking have to? I mean, this is like basically someone calling you a pedophile. Be like, yeah, Ethan's a pedophile.
Dan Clancy or whatever,
So
like the CEO
crazy,
of
dude,
Twitch,
that he
and
sued
being
Noah
Pedophile.
Samson.
Dan KKK Clancy has a similar view of Hitler. Because Dan Clancy, the Nazi, fucking anti-Semite.
Bro, actually
There are certain
crazy
things you
shit
can
that
accuse
Ethan
people
said
of that
about Dan
rise
Clancy.
above to make it like actionable, which is like wrongfully accusing someone of being a pedophile, a sex criminal, a murderer, shit like that. Dan Clancy now, in other words, he is a pedophile.
You have so much less to go off of saying that
Oh
than
no,
anybody
I'm
has
just saying
about
based
Dream.
on his looks. Just based on his
Well,
looks.
at least you're self-aware.
That's 100% a joke. I have no evidence to conclude that he is.
One of the more notable legal threats that Ethan has sent out
Love
recently
that.
is against Noah Samson.
I have nothing but vibes to gain, and potentially your money as well. Don't worry if you don't have it all now. I'll garnish your wages. You're going to be living with your parents for a lot longer, buddy. 26, you know what I mean? Try 46.
Noah made a video that was critical of Ethan and other content creators when they're talking about Israel and Palestine. I mean, the way he's talking about Noah on his podcast is so fucking creepy and weird.
Is this a new thing?
This is a new thing. This happened during the show.
Yeah, they were implying that he's a rapist. Once again, the context for this is that they're talking about, oh, Noah's probably a rape denialist too. He probably thinks that rapes didn't happen on October 7th. And then Dan is like, I wouldn't be denying rapes if I was Noah. And then Ethan's like, is that a new thing? Dan's like, yeah, it happened during the show. So yes, the context is that they're talking about rapes and implying that Noah Samson has like skeletons in his closet.
Upon initial examination, it seems to check out, and it's not great for young Noah.
Can I say that? Don't say it yet.
I'll say it.
So he's a rape. So of course his standard, I don't know what he's accused of, so I'm not actually going to say, but
Ethan brought on a former partner of Noah to basically just shit talk him and say that he's a bad partner. But that's all that Ethan was able to extract out of it.
you are not accusing
Right.
him.
Basically, the whole point of bringing her on, like the long and short of it, is that he cheated on her. They were like friends with benefits or whatever, and he was sleeping with other partners, not telling her he was sleeping with other partners.
Of committing any crimes or doing R-word or anything like that. The accusation is that he's a sleaze.
Absolutely. Noah
Yeah.
Samson, as far as I know, is not a rapist.
Fuck you to Noah Samson, who's not just a liar and a scumbag, but also a creep.
What is happening on his face? Also, it was funny when Ethan's just like, and did he say that he had a roster of women, or did I just make that up? And she's like, you just made that up. It's like, oh yeah, okay. But wouldn't that be crazy if he said he had a roster? I mean, what kind of scumbag walks around saying they have a roster of women? It's like, he's literally just like debating his own fantasies at this point.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Now let's talk about the left-leaning Democrat.
He presents himself as someone like me, a left-leaning Democrat who supports basic things.
The thing that made me start to question Ethan's intentions is that when he was suggested to talk to Sam Cedar, a fellow progressive, a guy that Ethan respects and looks up to.
He works with Sam Cedar at the Majority Report. I respect him and what they do there.
He kept saying that it was racist or anti-Semitic to suggest that he talked to someone who's within the same ethnic group as him.
That's why I said yesterday, like, I urge Ethan to talk to Sam Cedar. There are very thoughtful, very kind anti-Zionist Jews out there that he could talk to. I don't think that I will be able to reach him.
What's the insinuation that I only listen to other Jewish people? You need to talk to my pre-approved list of Jews that like agree with me on everything. You know, it doesn't matter if they're Jewish, dude. It doesn't matter if they're fucking Jewish.
I think most Jews.
I don't think Jews at large view it. I don't think that is the.
In what position are you to even say that?
It's not motivated by myself. It's motivated by Jews against anti-Zionist
No,
Jews.
seriously, how can you speak for my entire ethnic group? I find that really interesting.
Ethan, I don't know what to fucking tell you. This is like step one of having a leftist ideology, is recognizing our race, religion, nationality, all this shit, all shape our experiences as people.
That's the reason why it'd be better served to have this conversation not with myself, but with an anti-Zionist Jewish person.
Why does it matter if they're Jewish?
Because I'm not Jewish, and you've said in this conversation that, like, how can you tell me how to feel about the situation?
Yeah, but how is one person a representative of Jews at large? I'm just telling you how Jewish people around the world interpret that phrase.
So
Oh
yes,
my
Ethan,
God, dude,
on
this editing
occasion,
is
you might be
brutal.
suggested to talk to someone who has some crossover with you. It doesn't have to be your ethnicity. It could possibly be someone who shares progressive ideology with you. It
Or
could
like
possibly
life
be someone
experience.
who is of your same gender. I think Ethan understands this concept very well. He listened to these women on his show when they told him that he shouldn't be calling women bitches.
This bitch is intolerable. You are such a nasty fucking bitch, Ken.
I don't know if you can call her a bitch though.
She is a bitch. She's a
what do you-
fucking.
okay,
You're right.
I'm
I call her a
curious-
see you next Tuesday.
Listen, you have
I'm curious, what do Lena and Sam think about it?
I wouldn't be okay with that.
Yeah.
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 I feel like that.
Why
was-
does it
was
matter
for
if
the
they're
girlies,
women?
Ethan. But I
So
agree.
you guys all seem to
Yeah,
be
yeah.
in consensus that
We
it's in
are.
poor form. I think to respect the women here in the room, I'm gonna have to pass on saying that.
The infantilization of Ethan Klein is fucking nauseating.
Did he not do a poll? Should I call women bitches? All right, chat. let's do a poll on that.
He's not a child. He is absolutely capable of looking into Hasan, learning about his politics, interviewing, doing loads of things to figure out where he stands.
He presents himself as someone like me, a left-leaning Democrat who supports basic things. And for the first time, I noticed an inordinate amount of radical, hardcore leftists. I mean, I thought we were social democrats, not whatever this was. This comment from Hasan really started to sound some alarms in my head. I was already getting uncomfortable with our partnership. I started to wonder if I had any idea who this guy actually is.
You made how many episodes with Hasan? Like, this guy made a fucking program with the biggest
I know.
mega leftist on the platform.
I'm just a small
Now he's
I'm
acting
just
like
a
he
small
was tricked
YouTuber.
And he was incapable of figuring out what this guy's beliefs were. Bro, I didn't make the fucking leftist program. You did. You made fucking, what, 60 some odd episodes of this shit for hours talking to this guy? You didn't have a problem with any of it until, Ethan talks about being aware of Hasan's 9/11 comments and then sort of leaves it at that. Like it was just a joke. Actually, I think Ethan describes them as edgy moments or jokes.
You might remember him from such classics as...
America deserved 9/11, dude. Fuck it. I'm saying it.
Now, to be clear, I knew about all these edgy and controversial jokes at the time we made the show together, because who am I to judge?
No, Ethan, those aren't jokes, right? When someone makes a controversial statement like that, that's not them trying to be funny. I can understand why you would conflate the two. That is someone who is extremely frustrated and passionate about a particular topic. In this case, American imperialism and terrorism.
I mean, also just another point of hypocrisy where Ethan will, or maybe not hypocrisy, but being inconsistent where Ethan will say, oh, it was just a joke. Hasan's just making an edgy joke, and I've made edgy jokes too, so who am I to judge? And then immediately, and then like a few weeks later, he'll be like, well, Hasan said America deserves 9/11. He really hates America.
You could have looked into that. You could have talked to Hasan a little bit more and found out what his international politics opinions are. But you wouldn't even need to do that. You can look at it online. You're not a victim. You weren't tricked. You made 60 some odd episodes. If you didn't want to go down this route, you shouldn't have done it. But that was your fucking choice. You did it. You are an adult. When Ethan and Hila are watching Matt Lieb saying that one state doesn't represent all Jews, they cannot wrap their heads around the idea.
No single person represents all Jews.
I'm just telling you how Jewish people around the world interpret that phrase.
No single person represents all Jews, as no single state represents all Jews.
This is another weird thing.
Oh my
doesn't-
God.
Israel. This is a lie that I see Hasan and people pander. They say that Israel's going to war on behalf of Judaism. They have never. I don't believe that that's ever been stated.
Holy
and I don't
fuck,
think
dude. Also, no one's ever said that. No one said that Israel's ever going to war on behalf of Judaism. What people have said is that Israel uses the excuse that if you criticize them, you're being anti-Semitic, and that even if a Jew isn't living in Israel, the fact that Israel exists means that that Jew is safer, simply for the fact that Israel exists. That's what Israel says, and it also says if you criticize them, you're anti-Semitic. But saying that Israel's going to war on behalf of Judaism is making it seem like it's a holy war that Israel's fighting, which is not the case whatsoever. It's just colonization. That's all that it is.
Israel ever explains that it's like. I think Israel says it's a place where Jews can go
Israel's just a place Jews can go? With that slogan, we might actually have peace. You know, if that's all you're defining
is that not
Israel
America
as,
too?
is a place Jews can go. Like, sure, it sounds like America to me. Like, all right.
God
I don't
damn,
think that Israel
pre-watch
said
this.
they represent all Jews. I don't think that's a stance. We're like, hey, displacing Palestinians is all Jewish people.
Ethan is being so disingenuous here to suggest that he doesn't understand what Matt Lieb is saying. Like, he's making a semantic argument. Like, I don't think Israel has said that it represents every last Jew on the planet. I don't think Israel has claimed that. They're not going to say that they're...
Yeah, and the ironic thing is that Israel is calling for the not Israel, but Zionists are calling for the excommunication of Jewish people, saying that if you are an anti-Zionist Jew, then we're going to have to revoke your Jewish card. You are no longer a Jew if you don't support the Zionist cause. So it's like there are people that are supportive of Israel, which Ethan Klein is, that are literally saying the new definition of being a Jew is whether you support Israel or not.
Most genocidal behavior represents anything to do with them, okay? But what they are going to do is they're going to inexplicably link Israel and Jewishness together. So when they're being criticized, all of a sudden they have the perfect defense. Oh, another thing I need to mention. There was a tier list. It was called the Who Can Say Habibi tier list. It was presented at TwitchCon as like a panel that was just meant to be lighthearted and fun. And Ethan Klein saw that, and he decided that it was anti-Semitic.
Tier list them, and we're going to need your help.
Oh no, this is going to trigger him so bad.
Who can say Habibi and who can't?
And also, we have tiers. We have Arab coded. They ask permission to say Habibi. You know, like you got like a white guy's like, can I say it? Is it a slur? And then Love Sabra, which is they're not Arab coded at all.
Now, when I first saw this tier list, I immediately knew what it was doing. I was like, oh, it's a play on the who has the N-word pass and who doesn't tier list.
Yeah, that's
Granted,
exactly what
Habibi is
I've
very
said.
different than the N-word, but it is a cultural word amongst Arabic-speaking people.
Because like people will. I mean, I see it a lot. Like, people will look at movies or anime or whatever and be like, okay, this character is like, has some cultural aspects that would say that, like, they're black or they're African American. And so, how do these characters, like, how identifiable are they with the culture of whoever's doing the tier list, basically? And so that's what they're doing with the Arabic thing. It's like, is this person culturally identifiable with Arab? It's not if they are Arab or not. I mean, bro, it's so stupid. If Ethan Klein literally thinks it's, oh, how Arab are they? And it's just an Arab to Jew tier list. Why do you need people to be ranked? Why do you need people? Why is it a discussion? Why is it a debate? That would be a fact. That would be a scientific fact of like how ethnically Arab they are. I mean, it's so dumb. It's obviously just how people identify with the culture.
Muslim people, like that is a word that's used. Habibi, it means my love. Oh no, don't do that, Habibi. Oh yes, Habibi. You're my Habibi, I'm your Habibi. So yes, it's meant to be a fun way that these Arab content creators can express their Arab culture and be proud of it and happy about it, because it's not like they have massive representation on the platform.
Making a tier list based on race, and nobody has a fucking problem with that. Okay, you have a tier list based on race. Where's the Jewish panel? Where's the Jewish panel? Where at the top it says Jewish. It's a tier list based on Arab to Jew. He's Arab, which is good. That's the best thing you can be on this. That's the best. This is racist.
I will say that conveying information through a tier list is not the most effective thing, but Ethan should understand this principle. He did a white slurs tier list with Hasan.
Cracker.
I mean, you know what my take is.
We can't put this as an F. Cracker. I mean, that's got to be at least a D, right?
Pale face motherfucker.
Pale face. I mean, again, I think that's an F. Hog.
So hog is my favorite. I use it all the time.
Him and Hasan feel as though they are white guys, so they felt very comfortable talking about white slurs on their tier list.
I think I'm more white than you. What do you think?
I think I'm white. Like, I'm super white.
Can you understand why Arabs might feel comfortable talking about Arab shit on their tier list, Ethan? You're the white guy. You think you're more white than Hasan.
Dude, this video is so well researched. Like, he's literally just finding one-for-one examples of Ethan doing the thing he's attacking other people for doing. It's actually crazy. Like, this Idubbbz or whoever edited this and helped him do research for it did an amazing job on this. Because, like, this is, like, lore that I'm not even aware of. And I've watched back some episodes of Leftovers. And I've been watching pretty much every relevant podcast since Ethan's been crashing out on leftists and pro-Palestinian content creators.
Oh yeah, the white guy can say all the things that he wants, like cracker, but the Arabs can't have their tier list.
I would put him also an Arab. I know Turkish people are different.
Notice how they dropped the premise almost immediately that it's about who can say Habibi. And then it's like, Hasan, okay, actually, he's Arab. We fucking love him. He's dope. He's Arab.
Habibi is an Arabic word. That is an Arabic word, Ethan.
Funny about this whole thing is that they say Habibi in Israel. Again, people underestimate just how, like, mixed Israeli culture is. Like,
we say Habibi in Israel. Yes, Ethan. Another piece of evidence as to why it isn't anti-Semitic.
This is racist!
If you're not Arab or understand Arab culture at all, which is a lot of Americans, and Ethan Klein presents you this tier list and calls it anti-Semitic, you're just going to eat it up. It's not. Ethan is just proving his location on this tier list under Love Sabra because he doesn't understand Arab culture.
Holy shit, that's
There's
such a good
lot
point.
of Arabs who eat Sabra. There's a lot of people like me who eat Sabra. A lot of the times it's all that's in the store, and I'm gonna buy it and I'm gonna eat it, but it is not the good shit. Like the average Arab American, they're gonna go in the store and the only option they have is fucking Sabra. And that sucks that that's the only option, right? Arab communities and distribution facilities are not widespread across the US. So what are they left with? They're left with a common, relatable, shitty hummus, which is Sabra. And what's so fucking pathetic about this whole thing is after he was able to get these Arab creators banned off of Twitch for 30 days, he goes on to talk about how bad Sabra hummus is on his show.
I don't think anybody wants to prefer Sabra over
Let's see if he'll
homemade,
include the clip where he's talking about Israeli hummus being cleaner than
fluffy.
Arab hummus.
Weird.
Yeah.
I would buy it sometimes and eat it. It's not the best.
The problem is with Sabra, in my opinion, it's only good for
not
the
the
first 2
best.
days.
For some reason, like when you eat this Sabra
this
shit,
make
it just
me
feels
want
so much
hummus.
heavier. Imagine eating a whole fucking vat of Sabra. That's crazy.
Yeah. I've never liked hummus.
Oh, okay.
Well, you hate Jews then.
I don't.
And Arabs.
Yeah.
This is racist.
Yeah, it's almost like you can have a discussion about Sabra hummus being a bad hummus without it being at all related to a Jewish thing or an Israeli thing. He can have that discussion as much as he wants on his podcast because we all know his intentions aren't anti-Semitic.
This is what he did. He hit his heart hard.
The Zionism is leading to not accepting other cultures,
It's just so
embracing their
stupid.
own culture, and instead thinking that that is an attack on you.
Oh, I
There's
can
this
do the
incident
Sig Hail
on the
'cause I'm a
podcast
Jew.
Where they were reacting to Cutie Cinderella, and Ethan was laughing during it. So that ended up being a pretty important wake-up call for Ethan. He made an apology video directed at Cutie Cinderella, and it was graded by a professional psychologist, Dr. Kirk Honda of Psychology in Seattle. And
Oh,
Ethan
shit,
got
dude.
an A+ rating.
In terms of a public apology, this is A+.
Ethan won't stop talking about his A+ rating.
You know, he rated my apology to Cutie Cinderella a perfect score, a perfect 10.
A perfect 10 out of 10?
Literally 10 out of 10. Go back. I can teach you how to make a good apology. I'm the best at
10
it.
out of 10.
I know what a perfect apology is, lady. You fucking don't. Is my perfect apology in this PowerPoint?
Oh my
Dude,
god.
I got a perfect 10 out of 10.
He keeps bringing it up.
Best apology, so.
Ethan Klein, you guys, oh my god.
I was trying really hard to think about an impactful moment during this video. Like, could I do something that would really wake Ethan up? And I don't know if this came from a good place or not, but I came up with the idea of getting Ethan's grade changed from an A to a B
dude.
at least. So I went to visit Psychology in Seattle. I'm not confident that
That's
Kirk will change his
crazy.
grade, but it's worth trying. And, you know, we might learn a thing or two.
Xander! Probably get pretty low marks. Unlike me, perfect score, 10. I said, hey, Lud, no wig drama. Why are you such a spineless coward of a person now that you've inserted yourself and your girlfriend into this conversation?
Okay, Idubbbz, I hear you. You're in the room with me right now. I hear you. I hear your request. I understand it. I can understand where it's coming from. And I guess have a policy that when there is a grade for an apology, I am just grading that discrete apology as I see it without taking any consideration of prior or future behavior. If you're wanting me to comment on the overall behavior or the recent behavior from the clips that you have shown me.
Ethan offered Lena $25K to pull out. That's fucking ridiculous, man.
I believe that Ethan is a good person and that eventually he will feel sorrow and will feel sorry and will apologize, and I will be there to evaluate that apology when it happens. Which
Oh my God.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Unfortunately, Kirk did not change his grade, but that's okay because this is the internet. Anyone can have their own official apology rating system. So I'm going to rate Ethan's apology a B-. That's just based on my own feelings and my own rubric. When Psychology in Seattle was watching these video clips of Ethan, he said that it looks like Ethan could just use a hug. Now, of course, it kind of pisses me off to do that shit.
Bro,
I'm
this
like,
is fucking
what are we
sad.
doing? What are we saying? He needs a hug? No, he doesn't need a hug. He needs a good fucking ass whooping is what he needs. I think something that's very important to me in bringing back Content Cop is to be fair.
God.
I think that was something that was not illustrated in previous Content Cops that I think should have been and probably wouldn't have left me with so much regret. Ethan deserves all of the criticism that he's getting. I think it's very valid. But I also think, at the end of the day, we should acknowledge that he's human because he is human. And he is in a situation that's making him extremely scared, paranoid, defensive, sensitive, and I'm sure other features and feelings. In the spirit of Kirk saying that it looks like Ethan could just use a hug, I have challenged some of his most powerful haters to put down the haterade and just say something nice and charitable about him because I think he deserves it.
I just wanted to say that I respect that you are genuinely yourself on the internet. I think a lot of other people respect you for it as well. I think that's a big reason why people were drawn to your content in the first place. I think that's a lot of the reason why your employees chose to work with you over anyone else.
Ethan, I think it's respectable that you even began this journey to leave behind the anti-SJW
And Ethan's like, I don't even know who this guy is.
crowd and step into a more empathetic worldview. I know it's not easy.
Ethan Klein, I think that when you are being goofy, when you're being silly, when you are being lighthearted, and just having fun with your friends, I think that is when you're at your best.
Yeah, so like Ethan's not even himself.
I will be reading my letter off because I don't want to sound robotic. H3 used to be the sports for good that I used to watch. I hope that one day gets back to what I remember. You were one of the inspirations for me to start creating content, so all this has stunk. I hope you really hear this and I wish you the best.
I think Ethan Klein rocks a buzz cut pretty good. And I think he's got a good choice of facial hair. I think it's really cool what he did 8 years ago fighting that.
And those first two things are not true. He does not rock a buzz cut and his facial hair is not good. I'm sorry, Noah. That's not true. I'm sorry, Noah.
That frivolous lawsuit, that was pretty fucked up. And fighting it, he changed YouTube for the better. And I thought that was cool because I thought it was like he was fighting for free speech.
I also see the dynamic of Ethan and Neela. I'm like, fuck, it's really hard to be a couple online and see people attacking your partner, and it's like, okay, like if you come to their defense, if that doesn't always help them, right? Sometimes that makes it worse for them.
And I have been kind of slipping into a very unhealthy place where it's gotten worse and worse, and I get criticized more and more, and I get more defensive and more pulled up, a feeling of almost infallibility that I could take anything on. It led me to make a lot of mistakes, and then when I was criticized for those mistakes, then I would act extremely defensive and nasty.
Once again, an extremely well-sourced
really
clip.
Processing them in a healthy way.
Holy shit, dude. You end the video with him taking down himself? That was an hour long and it went down smooth. that was a really good video. Like super, like very chill. It was well sourced for sure. Did a great job of laying out arguments against Ethan. I mean, god damn, bro, that was cutting. Like literally just using clips of Ethan to illustrate how far Ethan has fallen. Using past clips of him either doing things that now he's criticizing other people for doing, or describing like crash outs, like what he's now exhibiting. All done in a very like chill, non-preachy way. You had that air of genuinely, oh, could we try to help him and get him back to the way he was before? Like you yourself have identified this really toxic and negative habit that you have of like being spiteful and thinking that, almost going through like a manic episode where you're thinking you're infallible, and you really just need to like you can't be criticized at all. Okay, so what do we got here? We have to go through some reactions. I'm not going to look through the comment section right now. Chat, is this what caring about someone's mental health looks like? Oh, so they're saying that they don't actually care about the mental health. We love and support you, Lena. Anissa's husband crying about how hard it is to have your partner attacked online while promoting people calling it Tehila a terrorist. Okay, whatever. Like, Hasan cleaning out the skeletons in his closet while following the content cop. Keem gets it. Denim's pushed the false CPS claim. Hasan platforms someone who wants to murder Hila. Noah Samson called for violence against Ethan. And Ian thinks it's funny. You know what? I'm going to say it. Ian and Anissa are spineless for the way they have treated AB and Lena. Literally, what have they done to deserve this? Hey, me outs. 10 more gifted subs. Awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, guys. We'll just end with this. Like, guys, don't worry. The H3 podcast just goes after their ideas and their words. Isn't that just JD Vance in makeup? She got the Republican makeup. I didn't want to be a hater, but girl, your makeup. Oh my god. Like Frogan looks fucking fine. Okay, guys, I'm tired. I'm gonna head off. Tomorrow we might watch Ethan's reaction to that, just because it was so funny. I mean, the opening was funny, and I'm sure we're gonna have more fallout from like Ethan and his community members and stuff. And I'm curious to see the general reaction to the content cop on Ethan. I'm curious to see how that lands and the ripple effects that has. It's going to be interesting. So anyway, thank you for staying up late with me, or getting up early, or whatever time you're at. And this was a fun stream, and I will talk to you later. Everyone, peace out. See ya.